What is going on, guys? This is another live stream. I'm back once again, and as you can see from the lighting in this video, these lights are offset on different colors, and I like it. It's really cool. Gives this room a little bit of a cool vibe. I really like red and blue. As you can see in the background, when they display on the back wall, it does look kind of cool. So that's what I'm going for with this video right here. If you're wondering why I'm so small and I'm in the corner down here, that is because today on this live stream we are watching some of my old videos, giving you guys a little bit of an insight as to what techniques I used possibly, like what the whole idea was at that time, stuff like that. Just give you guys a little bit of insight on that. So I'm gonna pull this live stream up on my phone and make sure that everything looks good. Because the audio levels I may have to adjust just a little bit. I'm looking at the levels right now, and I think I should be okay, but I want to make sure. So let's see. Okay. Got lovely advertisements on my phone right now. Alright, so should work. The audio. Yeah, I apologize for the audio in this video right here because whenever I do live streams from my computer, at least for now, I'm not going to have that good of audio because I'm using the built-in microphone. But I do intend on setting this up to where I can live stream using my actual DSLR camera. So that is the plan. Sorry, I'm getting a message from my friend. Let me check the message real quick and I'll get back to you guys in a second. There we go. Alright. So guys, hopefully you did enjoy the last video on this channel. I know it was a little bit different, a little bit of a downer kind of video, but hopefully you still enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and start this up. This is diary number 1. It's called Reason. I'll make sure the audio levels are right for this first test here. My live stream is like a few seconds behind on my phone. We'll get into the critiquing here in a minute. If you're watching this after I posted it, which is most likely a very high chance, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I know that I'm shooting this at around 5 a.m., so not a lot of people are up right now. Everyone's just sleeping, so I'm aware of that. Let's see. Yeah, it works. Well, audio levels sound good. That's good. So basically, we're going to start it now with the next one. The next one is called Explore. Now, I really like words like that, like explore, inspire, create, stuff like that. That has a whole idea behind it, but it's all kind of condensed into one word or 2 words. So that's the whole idea I was using for the diary series. To try to have a title that wasn't that long, that was kind of straight to the point. And I feel I did that well in this one. Now, as you can see, my hair is a lot longer. Yeah, I used to have that long hair and when I lived in Kansas, and when I'm going back, I'm not going to have that kind of hair again. Once I got this government job that I had previously, I decided to, cut it for the interview, cut it for the job, just to have it kind of shorter for that. So, as you guys can see right here, I do have the Mavic Pro. Currently, I don't have it, but in this video, I did have it. I love that drone. I did have to sell it because the government shutdown happened, and I needed the money. I wasn't using it that much, so that's the whole thing behind that. And also, as you can see at the end, I also do the follow me on Instagram and show my Instagram. So if you guys are watching, you have not checked that Instagram out, you should definitely go ahead and do that. It's really cool stuff I got on there. I'm trying to amp up my game a little bit, but right now it's kind of a bad time. So as you guys can see, I posted a couple pictures, but I don't do that often. But I'll get better at that. So those of you guys who want to follow me, definitely go ahead and do that. But this next one is called Commit. This is one of my more favorite episodes. there's not a whole lot of creativity you can really do when you live in Kansas, so that's why some of the scenes look like this. There's not really any mountains or anything around. There's not really a bunch of lakes around. So I did what I could, making something cool for you guys. It did start raining, as you guys can see right here. It started raining out of nowhere. So that kind of caused a little bit of an issue, but I've flown my drone in rain before, so it was okay. It worked out. This is my favorite part right here. I just love this, like, especially that scene right there where I'm walking. I love that because it kind of gives this vibe like it's abandoned or like no one's there and I'm out in the wilderness when I'm actually not. So I like that. Hopefully you guys are liking videos like this. I want to do more videos like this, you know, where I go over and I discuss different aspects of my videos. Currently right now, as I've told you guys recently in the last video, I don't really have anything to do right now because I don't have a job currently, so might as well just do a live stream for you guys. So this next one is called Create. I shot this at the same road, I believe, that I shot the last video at, but in a different spot. And as you can see, I do kind of the same kind of things where I open up the drone and the controller and start it up and stuff like that. That scene right there, I wish I could have done it the other way. I wish I could have had the drone facing the other way, but you know, it's whatever. There's little critiques that I have for myself. But this scene right here, I was actually going that fast. It's not sped up, like I almost hit the tree. And this one right here, color grading for me at the time, I was experimenting with that, so that's why the colors may look a little bit odd. This scene right here was one of the first few times that I've actually done the tracking mode on the drone, so that's pretty cool. See, I don't have the chat up for this right now, so let me go ahead and pull it up on my phone, pull live stream up. This next one is called Ambience. This one I shot in a park that that I will go to again after I get back to Kansas. But basically, I shot this one at the park. That's become very popular with my videos. I've shot a lot of videos there. Even before I had this channel, you know, I used to shoot videos there. So, pretty cool place. As you can see right here, I'm kind of going for this vibe where I'm entering something new, a new location. That's the whole vibe, because I was not only showing you guys a little bit of something new, but I was also showing you guys my new haircut, which at the time, compared to the haircut that I have now, I don't think now it looks that good, but at the time I thought it was okay. So this scene right here, I wish I could have panned in. I wish I could have zoomed in post, and for some reason I did not, and I kind of regret not doing that, but the video is already up, so I can't really change it right now. If you guys want any tips on YouTube, you know, those things at the end of the screen like you guys are seeing right now, if you want to know how to do things like that, definitely let me know. I will definitely go ahead and set something up, a new video for that. So these lights that I have on right now, they're on a timer right now, so hopefully they don't shut off here in a minute. I don't think they will. I don't think I set it for 5 o'clock. This next one is not really one of my favorites, but it's called Rush. Now there's a couple scenes in here which I really do like. One of the main ones is when I'm facing down the drone and there's cars going down below. That's my favorite scene. This scene, nah, not so much. It changed on me, so let me go ahead and change the colors of that real quick. If you are in the live stream now, definitely go ahead and let me know. This one. Yeah, I love shooting scenes that are very cinematic, as you can tell. It's something that is a really big passion of mine. Trying to make things look really professional, but not like over the top. Because I still want a little bit of my own character in there. I still want to be able to show that I'm not like everyone else. I have my own way of doing things, and that's what I think I do well in video. Especially this scene right here. This scene, I was going pretty slow to be able to shoot it, but a lot of people just saw me on a skateboard. They had no idea that I was actually filming from the sky, so that's pretty cool. And if you hear a little bit of fan noise, it's because my computer's running my fans a little bit harder right now. Wow, I'm looking at the live stream right now, and I can tell the video is a little more glitchy than expected. So let me do some fan adjustments on my computer here. Let's see here. That should change. Thanks. Hopefully this will make it a little bit smoother. We'll see. I've been having issues with my computer lately, guys. It's a 2013 iMac, and that specific year and this specific model has a lot of issues with heat distribution and pixels. So the pixels are going crazy every once in a while, and it gets really hot, and there's no way to cool it down, so I gotta deal with that. But I mean, it works. I'm just trying to make sure on the live stream on my phone here that it actually looks okay. Because right now, like, it still looks glitchy, so I'll try some things here, try to maybe close some more programs, but try to get something to work. So I don't have any major programs open, so it shouldn't really affect it. This one right here is one of my favorites. It's called Imagine, and it's based off a Skrillex song, as you guys can probably tell if you're familiar with it. But basically, this one is at the park, and it was a little bit of a new test, a new experiment, shooting some of these scenes and going to this little spot over here. This scene right here is also one of my favorites, but this spot right here, right there where I'm standing, that is a totally new spot compared to the previous videos on this channel, and I really like that spot. Now you gotta be careful because, as you guys saw, it goes down very fast, so if you were to slip or something, that's not good. But you know, I'm careful when I go out and shoot videos, so I'm not really too concerned about that. But let's see here. Next video is... Now this one is called Eclipse. Now this one blew up, guys. Like, people just started blowing this video up. Views, likes, I think some comments too. But yeah, I mean, this is a fan favorite, which is kind of interesting because I didn't really shoot it to be like that. But it starts out showing just kind of like daily life kind of things, and I think this scene right here is one of my favorites. It's really cool how the lens flare comes in while I'm on the board. This right here, my booster board's about to die, so as you guys saw there, I didn't have really that much further to go. I think I had to walk home actually from shooting this video. And that truck that's going down there, that was actually my neighbor. This right here, it's a really cool transition. What I did was I turned my ND filter to make it really bright, and then the other scene I used the transition to transition into that. So that is how I did that. I can show you guys if you're wanting to know how to do that. I'll definitely go ahead and show it to you. It's a little bit different now because I have a different camera, a different ND filter as well, so it may not work as well as the previous camera, but I can still try it. Alright, let's see on my phone here. Okay. Alright. So I've been selling things on eBay recently. Just get a little bit extra money here and there. So I'm waiting on this buyer to pay me so I can actually ship out the item. But this next one's called Luminance. This was actually shot in a small town. Some of my family lives over there, so I was over in that area for that reason and decided to go to this kind of like mini forest. So I went there and shot this video here. It's really kind of a short video and mainly shows trees for the most part. I mean, it shows me exploring right here. And that scene, the previous scene, was actually shot from my drone, so it was staying hovered in the air for that shot. This right here, after I did that with my bag, I had some bugs on my bag, so I had to get those off. Now this was also a time when I was testing out color grading, so if you're wondering why the shadows look the way that they do, that's why. And also the temperature of the video, I wasn't that good at, you know, knowing whether to make something cold or warm as far as like the video temperature. So now I'm pretty good at it. I feel that I'm very confident with my skills now, but at the time I was still learning. Yeah, it's still kind of glitchy on the thing here. This one's called Unknown, and this one, as you guys can see, it's not really in focus right there. Because for me, on my other camera, it was really hard to focus if you're pointing straight up and at that certain distance. So that's why. But as you guys can see, I do ride the boosted board a lot in this series. That's kind of what it's based around. It's boosted board, drone, and exploration, basically. Those are the three things that go into it. It was always funny, you know, shooting this around my neighborhood. That's where this is based at. Because neighbors would watch me and they wonder what I was doing, and you know, it's hot too, so I'm like starting to sweat and everything. I'm just like doing my work or whatever, so it was quite the experience. Alright, this next one is called Invertigo. Now this one, if you guys know what the vertigo effect is, a video effect, I actually use it one time in this video, and that's kind of where the idea came from. And also I kind of like the name too, so I kind of use it as a dual purpose. So it starts out with some leaves. There's not really that much to film around my neighborhood, so a lot of what you'll see is things like this. And that was a speed ramp I did there. I only did that, I think it was the first time I did that, was in that video there. So here I go, just going down here. Motion blur because I didn't have my shutter speed right, but this is a very, you know, action-packed kind of vibe to it. Now I wish I could have flipped that the other way and made it look as though I was riding upwards, but it's a little critique. Doesn't really matter at this point. But I feel that was a good episode, guys. One of my favorites, but not my most favorite. All right, so this one is called Time. Now, this one was actually shot at a field that is down the street from me, from where I used to live. So I like this one, but there are a couple things that I do want to critique on it. See, I don't know if I wanted to show that really. I just had to show something else, you know, to kind of keep things going and keep the viewer interested in what's going to happen next. So this right here was shot in 4K. That's how I was able to zoom in like that. And then these other ones were 1080p. This right here is kind of one of my favorite scenes. That one especially is. There's like no cars on the road. I happen to time that perfectly for that. So I'm very lucky for that. So at least like in that one scene, it looks like I'm the only one there. This is a cool scene. I really love how the clouds just, you know, the shadow and everything just moves over like that. And that scene that you saw where it's kind of like going up and twisting, that was a new scene for me. I tried something new, and that was pretty cool. So I like that episode. It's a really cool episode. I think I used music that is not copyright free, or that is copyrighted, so I didn't get any money from that video. This next one is called Terminus. Now, I don't remember exactly what this one is about, so I have to see here. Okay, more trees. A lot of close-ups and racking focus. If you guys know what that is, basically where you go from one object to the next in focus. So a lot of that. I used some techniques for this video. I remember now where I would speed ramp something or reverse it, you know, stuff like that. So just kind of add a creative touch to it. As you guys can see, it does rain quite a bit back where I'm from, so that's why the water was all over the street and everything. This is a cool scene right here. I really love the balance of everything. The houses, the pool really makes it look kind of cool, different colors and everything. So I like that. It's really cool. Next one is Paragon. I don't think this one's one of my favorites. Let's see. Now guys, if you're watching this video after I post it, my intention was to keep this video up for a little while. So, you know, if you're enjoying it, definitely go ahead and let me know down below. I will do more of things like this. So in this video, I was experimenting with color grading still. So I'm experimenting here with temperature, it looks like. So I kind of cooled down the video a little bit, trying to not warm it up as much. So I think I did an okay job, but I still feel that it looks a little bit off, the colors and the way that things are. But also it's like super bright at this time of day when I'm shooting this, so it doesn't really help either. So this is another cool scene. I feel like I speed rammed it too much because I look like I'm going like 30 miles an hour and I wasn't going that fast. This right here is a cool scene, but as you can see, the drone at the very top, it likes to kind of do this overexposed kind of thing. And then once you get it level with the camera, then it actually exposes correctly. It was a pet peeve of mine when I had that drone. This one is called Divine, Diary number 16. Alright, let's disperse him real quick. Okay, so this is a cool scene. I really love, putting rain into videos, and especially wet leaves. They look really cool to me, so I like filming those kind of things. I think this right here was the first time I wore those glasses. They're Subaru glasses, but they're really cheaply made, so I don't feel they would ever hold up to any kind of damage. So I think I still have them. They're just somewhere in my stuff right now. So this, as you guys can see, everything looks really, really green, and I think I added some slight green tint, and also it did rain previously. That's why all the ground's wet right there. But I like this one. It's kind of cool. Kind of shows that not every single time I go out and shoot, it's going to be sunny and bright and summer, stuff like that. This next one is called Ether, and this one, I don't remember exactly what it's about, but once I start seeing it here, I'll remember what it's about. You guys missed my old intro? Let me know in the comments. I don't know if I'll switch it back though, because I don't know if I'm staying with this name I have now, or switching back to the old name, or coming up with a new name. This right here is really cool. As you guys can see, I really do love lens flares. And the new lens that I have for this new camera, it really shows them like super good. So I like it, it's really cool. Hopefully you guys are liking the way everything looks for the most part. I know that this video is a little bit glitchy as far as when we're watching my old videos. That's an issue that I will have to fix, basically. But it may take a few tries and a few attempts, so bear with me. This live stream is going to be a little bit glitchy, at least just for this one. But as far as the webcam is concerned, I think I'm doing pretty good. I don't see really any glitches in that. But whenever you're doing a screen capture of any kind, it is very difficult to do that, to screen capture videos that are live playing like that. This next one is called Design, and this one, I believe, is a really good one, if I remember right. Alright, so another lens flare. I really love doing those. And then a super bright lens flare, because why not? And this right here, there's a bee. That's the whole idea behind this, that there's a bee, there's life, there's something happening. That last scene was kind of difficult to shoot too. But here I am. It's a little bit windy, as you can tell. I still went out and shot, because I'm still going to film even if it's that windy. Now, if it's like super windy and I almost lose my drone, which has happened before, then that's not good. So I'm not going to risk that. But right, so this right here, I really like getting shots like this where normal drone pilots, they wouldn't get that low to the ground. So I'm trying to do something a little bit different. That's why I did that. Alright, now this next one that we're about to play is the last one of my series. It is called XIX, which does mean 19. Which, the reason I did that is because not only did it kind of look cool, but also it blends with the diary number 2, so that works as well. But this is my last diary, the last one I was able to make. I was going to go to 30 before I left Kansas at the time, but there was an issue because my boosted board, I broke the belts like while I was recording this, like right around this time of the video. And so when you see me move, you see that I'm moving kind of slow, and that's not really intentional, really. I just had to move slow just because I had to move, you know. So after this video, it was the last one. I had to end the series because I needed to save money. I didn't have money to spend on belts for the board, so that's why I did this one. That bridge that you just saw in the previous scene, I want to find out where that is because that would be a really cool place to shoot if I can actually get over there. And it shouldn't be that far from my house either. This right here is actually not a random building. It's actually my house back in Kansas. So, really cool scene right there. Alright, so this concludes the diary series. Let me go and check out a vlog series here. Alright, I think the buyer just paid me. Yep, alright. So yeah, I was waiting, I sell a lot of things on eBay. This is kind of off topic here, but I do sell things on eBay, and I usually wait until they pay. You know, especially for security and stuff like that, but also because I do have another buyer usually. So I want to be able to ship to 2 different people in the same day and not have to go to the post office twice in one day. So that's why I waited. But let's see here. Alright, so let's do the vlog series. The quick edits are they're very old, and I don't really consider them a good example of what I do. It's kind of like my test period of where like I'm really not really finding what I want to do exactly. You know what's interesting about this first vlog, whenever we get it started here, is that this first vlog was the longest vlog of all my vlogs, and ever since then, everything was shorter. So, kind of interesting. So these scenes are from some of the other shots that I had, I think from the quick edits, I believe. But this right here is my car before all the mods. So as you guys can see, stock tires, stock wheels, all that stuff. And also, as you guys can tell, my hair was longer. I had a different drone. You know, this was a very different time for me. But I am shooting at the park that I have shot at for quite a while. So you guys will definitely see that for sure.
All my stuff with me too.
Let's see when I started this. This vlog was around July 3rd. So yeah, right before Independence Day, July 4th is when I shot this video. So it's kind of cool. See, the only mod I really did to my car at this point was the seat covers, I believe. And maybe like the emblems on the car, the badges. But now, I mean, my car is like way different, guys. So I haven't really done like a really cool video about it yet, but I definitely will do that sometime. I've showed you guys before. I've got new wheels, new tires, you know, stuff like that. So looks cool. So this right here, when I'm wearing that jacket, I wore that jacket because I wanted to wear it, but then it quickly became very, very hot. And as you can see from my arms, they're all shiny because I was sweating quite a bit. But I decided to shoot this video anyways.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're liking it so far, make sure.
And also, I look back on the video and I see that that one jacket thing is like over my shoulder and it's supposed to be straight down. It's kind of annoying. I didn't know that was going on at the time. But as you guys can see, it does get a little bit windy in Kansas, which makes for drone flying a little bit difficult. But this right here was an idea that I was trying to do. The way that I shot this, the angle I shot this at. If you guys watch Casey Neistat, you see that he has a lot of different angles that he does. And so, like, say for instance he's facing one way, the second he starts to turn, he'll turn into another way, which has a different angle of the camera. So that's what I was kind of going for with this, is where I'll either like walk over to an area or I'll just start from a different angle. You know, just put a little bit more creativity into it. Now, nowadays, I don't really do it that much, just because it's not really an interest of mine anymore, and I really don't feel that it affects my video audience that much. I think you guys still like my content regardless, so I'll just keep shooting videos the way I'm doing them.
Stabilizing itself right now, so it may not be always straight. It's whatever. Alright, so
At this time, it was a time where I was still trying to figure out how I wanted to do my vlog series, and I really didn't get that down until probably about 30 vlogs in. You know, it took a little while for me. Now, previous to this vlog series and previous to this whole channel, I had other vlogs that I had done, but at the time I had a different camera. It was terrible to work with. You had to plug the microphone into your phone to record audio, so it really didn't work out that well, so I didn't even use any of those. But this right here is when I am about to put the drone up in the air. And yeah, I really love this drone. One I used to have is the Phantom 3. I actually had, let's see, I think I had a couple of them. I think I had 2 for sure. And then the third drone was the Mavic Pro, I believe. I don't think I had 3 Phantoms, so I think, yeah, 3 drones total. I may be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 3 drones. The first one, I think it did a flyaway. So, like, I set it on a course, and it just flew away, and never saw it again. So, that sucks. Probably got ran over by some cropping vehicle. But yeah, these scenes right here are kind of cool. You know, experimentation, you know, it's always good to try new shots. I believe this was one of, or the first time that I was able to pan the camera up and down, because I wasn't aware I could do that. So, as you guys could tell from the previous series to this, the Quick Edit series, I was facing it either straight or straight down. And I do make a video about this, but basically once I figured that out, that I could actually pan it up and pan it down, I did that a lot more, like a lot more. So, and I wouldn't recommend catching the drone like that, like I just did there, but I did it, so don't copy what I do for that.
Especially with the Phantom 4K, you can always crop in.
Now this right here, I was using that tripod, which I will never use again. I have a Joby Gorilla Pod. It's much smaller, much easier to carry, so I'm not going to use something like that.
But I have to sometimes.
At the time I did, because I didn't really have any Gorilla Pod, but it sucked because I was bringing so much around. You know, that drone is kind of big. You know, you've got a drone like this, and you're holding it with your hand. You got that on your back. You know, it wasn't that fun to do that. So I've progressed a lot as far as, you know, what I want to have in my gear and my transportation for that.
It is so hot.
Yeah, this is where it starts getting pretty hot, and I think I just said something there in the video, but I may be wrong. Maybe thinking of a different video, but
we are back in the car.
This is where I put the drone back in the box, I believe.
It's still pretty hot. Take my phone off. Don't really need that anymore. Put on the floor there. And let's put the drone up.
To me, it kind of seems like when I shot these videos, the idea was different than what it is now. I think now I'm a little more confident as to what I want to shoot, and I know what I want to do, and I don't really let things bother me as much. At this time, I was still kind of in that phase when you're starting a vlog and you're starting to get serious about it, but you don't really know what direction to go. So,
alright guys, so
for instance, this scene right here, once I start my car on, or once I turn it on, I grab my Mountain Dew here in a second.
Right home, even though it's like 10 minutes, it's so hot right now. I'm about to blast this AC right now. If you guys did like today's episode, please give it a big thumbs up.
In 1 second.
This is the first, like, I guess, serious vlog.
But basically, I grab my Mountain Dew, and I just take a sip of it, and then I make comments, which I don't really like this scene right here. Yeah, it's not really one of my favorites.
It's about room temperature.
But, I mean, at the time, I was like, hey, let's try something new. Let's try to get an audience a little bit of a laughter kind of thing, or try to be a little bit funny with the vlog. Something like that was what I was going for, I think. But it was a while ago, so I may have been going for something different. How long have we been going so far? Let's see. Okay, so we've been going for about 35 minutes. That's good. So what do you guys think of my hairstyle? You know, it's changed quite a bit since then. I used to have super long hair, and I didn't really feel like it was that long at the time. But let me know down below if you like the way that my hair looks, you like the way that I conduct myself in a manner which is, I guess, a little more professional. So this right here shows how hot it was. Like, you had to wear t-shirts in the summer for sure, because it was like so hot. And as you guys can see, that little thing up there in the mirror, that was a college that I used to go to, but that was going to at the time of this video.
Alright guys, so
and I'm glad I switched my my wheels and tires over, because I look back on these videos and I'm like, wow, like that didn't look that good. Like the tires, like they look like they're not gonna be that good, like they won't last that long or whatever. So I got some quality ones on now, so they'll last a while.
Right as I was getting my drone out, so. Anyway, so yeah, guys, I made a little.
This scene right here was a bad idea for lighting. I tried to fix it a little bit in post, but I can only do it so much. So
right into that.
The focus is going crazy, you know. Now this right here is a montage of fireworks, basically. I shot fireworks with my camera. I wasn't the one actually putting them in the air, but I just did an edit basically where it shoots up and then blows up and then goes back into itself, and then vice versa. You know, just like back and forth, just editing different techniques, just to make kind of like a cool montage that I really haven't seen anywhere else. That was the idea behind it. Now, I was going to put my drone in the air at this time, but right when I was about to do that, after shooting these clips, they stopped shooting fireworks, so I wasn't even able to do that. Now this right here was a really big explosion. Like, I remember that one. It went boom. And this one right here is really cool. You know, it has a red tint to it, red vibe. Really cool. Now that's like a massive one right there. I love how it does that. You know, it makes its own shape. I know that you guys see fireworks a lot yourself probably, but whenever I see them, like, I guess it just looks really cool to film. Just the way that it blows up and like separates into, you know, a design of itself. This one right here, I'm surprised they didn't catch that tree on fire. They were like right behind it. Yeah, back in 2017, guys. Almost been 2 years since then. Coming up here in a couple months. That's crazy to think about, because, you know, I started this channel in February of 2017, and previous to that, I've been doing videos since 2011. 2011, I think. Yeah. So it was, you know, spread out across different channels. A lot of it was gaming videos and stuff like that. But the vlog series and actually putting myself on video, I started doing in 2016. So it's fairly new for me. But as far as editing and stuff like that goes, I've been doing that for a while. I've been doing it since I was like, you know, 10, 11 years old. So now, of course, back then they didn't have the programs I have now, but the programs I have now definitely make things a lot easier and faster to do.
And plus, like, who doesn't like staring at a phantom drone?
So this right here, it's kind of offset, but I think I was going for that vibe. You know, it's not an even horizon, especially this theme right here. It's not really an even horizon either, but I don't remember how I had my camera. I think I had to do it this way for some reason.
I'm running my camera on autofocus right now, if you can't tell.
Yeah, I like this scene as far as like the way the colors look and everything. I think I did a good job on it compared to like the other previous work. But it could have just been luck too, the way that the sun was and everything, the way that the camera was facing, all that stuff. At the time when I was using this camera, I was using a Rode Video Mic Pro, which the audio, it was good, but wind did affect it a little bit. So the mic that I have now is actually really good for wind, so it doesn't affect it that much. As you guys can see, when I went to do my first vlog with the new camera, it was super windy and it still did pretty good. So props to Rode.
Basically, that's what the comment said. So
this right here, when I was shooting this video, what I was actually sitting on, it's closed off, so I'm not like falling into it, but it was actually like a sewer thing, I think. Like it smelled bad. But I still shot the video there because I was like, hey, it's a place to sit, a little bit of a different angle, so might as well.
50,000. That is a lot of people.
And this right here, I'm just kind of talking about my subscribers and all that because I really started blowing up around that time. A lot of people really enjoyed, the work that I do, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do. But I also went on that break for like a month or two or 2.5 months, so it kind of threw some people off, and a lot of people kind of left the channel because of that.
So if you guys do want that, make sure to hit that bell down there. And yeah, we are about to shoot the final part of the video here. It's probably gonna last about 20 seconds or so. So got the drone here.
Yeah, I remember that drone, guys.
You guys enjoyed this?
Couldn't really hold it very well. You had to hold it by like the legs. And then this controller, it was kind of hard to like shoot the way you want to shoot because that controller is a little bit difficult to work with. So I like this scene right here where I kind of lift off from the camera, and that scene right there with the lens flare. I like that scene right there too, although the car was going a little bit too fast for that kind of shot. Here I go grabbing the drone again, and they end right there. So that was my second vlog. As you guys can see, it started to progress a little bit. Started to progress towards the direction that I'm at now, slowly but surely. So let's see what the next one is. Right, so this next one is actually something that I shot at like an old church that I used to go to in the parking lot over there, and I think this one shows the church from the drone perspective, and I did like a little bit of a montage about it. It's not that easy getting over to that church. You have to drive like 20 miles, but I still went there. I don't remember what the occasion was. I think I may have just wanted to go over to that place to just, go to that place specifically for the video. But I think everything in the video looks pretty good. And I think that the way that I started this video was better than what I did the previous two vlogs. I have a different vibe to it. It seems a little more direct in ways.
I'm just like, I went there. Now to get into the...
At the time when I was shooting this, if you see on the right side, there's actually cars there, there's people here. So whenever I lifted off of my drone, people were actually there to see that. So a lot of them were taking pictures and stuff like that too.
And yeah, so let's just dive right into the drone footage, and I will get back to you guys in just a second.
Man, I remember those shoes I used to have, those Converse. I do have Converse still, but the ones I have now are a lot better condition than that. Yeah, I shot some slow motion scenes here. I like this shot, it's really cool. And then once again, lifting off the camera, I really like that. This is the church I was talking about. I used to go there. I used to go there mainly to just meet up with people and talk to people. It was a good place to meet up at, to hang out. I wasn't really there for the religion or anything like that, so. Alright, so this is a cool shot that I shot here. This one, not so much, but it was kind of cool that truck just happened to be there. Alright, catching the drone again. See, I was trying different angles, that's why it looks this way, guys.
Alright guys, so as you saw,
but once again, I still failed to have good lighting. I failed on that big time. As you guys can see, you can barely see my face. I'm just kind of like there. So now I've decided, well, I decided back then actually, but I definitely want to make sure I don't do that kind of scene again, where I am in my car, because the lighting is just terrible in there. Now this scene right here, as you guys can see on the left side, my car is actually right there. I parked right there. I decided to have it in the shot just a little bit so you guys have a little bit of context as to where I'm sitting in relation to my car. But then I started talking about a little bit about why I do this channel. And at this time, I didn't really have a good explanation, I don't think, for it. But the vlog where I shot in the mountains about like a month ago, I did have a good explanation, I believe, for that.
and definitely inspirational.
But if you guys can't tell, I'm sweating a lot in this video too. You know, I don't know if it's just because I sweat easily now, or if it's because my long hair back then. I mean, could be both.
Later on in life.
But like I was telling you guys, I didn't know my hair was that long. It didn't feel that long. But now it's a lot easier for me just to style it pretty quick and just get going out the door. It's a lot easier for me.
A little bit of a finishing touch or a little bit of surprise.
Yeah, talking so much, my mouth is getting dry right now.
Make it more than just a documentary. Now that doesn't make complete sense. I can try re-explaining it in maybe a later video if you guys really want to know.
Yeah, I think I go on talking for quite a while. So let me skip to the next one.
What you guys would like to see.
So this next one is actually, it's really cool. I like this one for a lot of reasons, but there are some things I would like to change on it. Did I just notice something? Let's see here. I think I just noticed something. Let's try that. Let's go back on this. I didn't even notice that. So if you guys look around the icon here, there's actually like a bunch of like discoloration. I think it's because I accidentally put the color grade on that scene. I didn't even notice that till now. That's been what, like 2 years ago? Wow. I just have not known that. I didn't even notice at all. But yeah, guys, this scene right here where I'm wearing these kind of pants, I still have those pants, I just don't wear them that often. I thought it was kind of cool at the time to have kind of like a galaxy pants kind of vibe, but I quickly grew old with that. And, you know, it got old pretty quick. So this right here kind of shows where I was at in my life. You know, I go to different places, I bring a drone with me, I film a video, and I show my car a little bit. That's basically what was going on at this time.
Anyways, guys, so we are at my old high school, like I said. I thought this would be a really
If you guys like my license plate, I do too. You know, that's why I chose it. But that license plate, it was pretty easy to get, but the one I have now I think I like a little bit more. So, but the problem is I already looked it up online, and the license plate that I have now is actually taken in Kansas. So that kind of sucks. I'll have to come up with something else, hopefully something better. But I'm not that good at getting ideas for that, for license plates. So, have to see what happens with that. So this right here, basically I was in the parking lot of my high school that I went to. Now the high school that I went to was actually like a new high school. Like they just made this high school 2 years prior to me moving in there and starting to do my schoolwork there. So basically I'm about to bring the drone up in the air and show you guys some of the high school that I used to go to. So that's what I'm doing here. So this is the school right here. Not too big, but I mean it's felt pretty big inside. It has a big cafeteria and everything. This is the field here. A lot of people happen to be out and about, you know, doing practice and everything, so I decided to use them for the video. Now, as you guys can see, the color is just kind of off. It just doesn't really look that right. It's too warm. So at this time, I wasn't doing really good on color grading, so sorry about that, guys. But I am doing pretty much okay now, that is for sure. So it looks like we do not have any other viewers right now. Kind of figures, I mean, we're doing this live stream really early in the morning. But basically, it was super windy, and as you guys can tell, this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's just really hard to hear me with that other mic. I feel like the next, or the mic that I have now, it has some modification to it compared to the mic I used to use. I feel like it's a little bit newer. Now, I think if I look up that specific mic, I will find that it actually is newer. It came out probably like a year or two later after that. But let's see here. Let's turn on something else. So this next vlog that I'm starting up right here, it's called Gone Forever. And this was the time of my life where I was trying to see where I could engage viewers. If it was going to be the thumbnails I could engage on, or if it's going to be the titles, or the types of content or the types of series. So this time I was thinking of the titles. So this Gone Forever, it doesn't mean that I'm gone forever. It means that my drone is gone forever, and that's what I talk about in this video here.
Alright guys, welcome to vlog number 5. This is going
Now it says no trespassing, but it's an area where you can pull off, and as long as I'm not going past that area, then I'm good.
I got this awesome bag.
So that's what I did. I just pulled off to the side of the road. I found this spot, just going around searching for spots. I think I had to drive quite a ways to find this spot here. But it's a really good spot. I like the way everything looks, in the background. Everything is really clean. Not really much going on.
So this is like the ultimate travel bag. So this is the good news. Bad news, you're probably wondering what's up with the title of this video. So basically, if you're wondering, the title of this video is referring to my drone.
But I'm going to move past this because really all I was doing was talking in one area for a while. I did shoot a scene right here where I'm sitting on this thing, which the clouds came over and over on top of me, and that didn't really work out that well. So let's see here. A lot of these episodes, some of them are from different series that I just kind of blended in. Like the California series, when I went to California and came back, I did a series thing on that. But this episode that we're about to start now is called The Middle of Nowhere, and this episode, it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere, but I still was shooting in an area that wasn't that far from home. But because of the way everything looks and the way that Kansas is, it looks like I'm in the middle of nowhere. So I drive to this place and find a spot here where it seems like I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Travel bag, which is pretty awesome.
And at the end of this, I see
there's
here.
definitely video ideas and stuff that I might require this, but right now.
Okay, so this is kind of my setup. I have the tripod on the side on my backpack there. So I would end the scenes by walking to my car, opening my car door, putting my bag in there, and then leaving. Now in this particular episode, I was showing off some of my exhaust. So if you guys could hear that right there, that's what my exhaust sounded like on stock. Stock exhaust, stock resonator, muffler, all that stuff. Because when I was in Kansas, the minimum wage is really low, so even if you get like a decent paying job, it's still not enough to make you any kind of real money to do any modifications like that to your car. So now I had some money, when I was living here in Colorado, and so I got some modifications done, and I'm glad I got them, but I know that if I ever want to go back for any reason, it's going to cost me some money. Now this right here was my intro at the time, and this intro I believe lasted throughout like the whole entire vlog series, I believe, or at least like half of it. But this, I'm driving to a spot right over here. This is based off the road that I had the diary series on. It's just kind of like the same area. Basically I walk over to this oil thing, and then I sit down and kind of talk a little bit about my new cell phone I got, because what happened was I went to California and I had my phone in my pocket and I forgot it was in my pocket, and I went into the ocean and it got severely destroyed. So it just so happens that I was under warranty still, so they gave me a store of credits and I used that to buy my new phone, which I still have to this day.
Background is a little bit different.
So that's what I did with that.
So in this video, I wanted to.
I see that we had a viewer come in for like 1 second and dip out.
All that sort of cool stuff.
That's all right.
If you're not a nerd, if you're not really.
I'm sure we'll get more views in this video after it does go up, after I'm done live streaming it. But basically, this video, I was sitting down the entire duration of the video, pretty much, just talking about things. And I feel like this is one of my episodes where, honestly, I feel I was a little bit lazy. I feel like I could have done a little bit more. I kind of spice things up a little bit.
Probably because it's pretty new and not a lot of people
Okay,
really know
so
about
let's see.
as far as
Let's do a good one. So this is called A Special Day. Now this is a vlog series episode plus a episode or an edit of someone's wedding. So I was actually able to go to this person's wedding, which there was this photographer that I knew, and he was shooting photos for them. So I was able to kind of tag along and go do videos of the same event. So that's what I did. So when I start this video out, I go over and I grab some things, go over to the spot over here. I sit down here, kind of talk a little bit about what's about to happen, what video is about to play. Now, when I was doing this speech, I got stung by a bee. Pretty sure, because I felt like a stinging sensation on my hand, and then I looked down, and there's no bee there, but there's still like a red spot there, so I'm pretty sure it was a bee. But this is where I talk about the wedding that I went to, and I like some of these shots that I shot. So let's start this up here.
Hopefully you guys enjoy, and I will get back with you guys right when it ends.
So this right here was a really cool shot. I got it using a stabilizer. This same thing, really cool shot. Everyone was inside at the time, which is good. It made everything look really clean. Now this is inside the wedding barn. This is a really cool shot. It's the first time I've done something like this, where I had people around me and I was able to kind of go navigate through them with that. The issue is that the setup that I had was actually really heavy, and it wasn't that easy to maneuver. So I got some good shots, but as you can see, I had to warp stabilizer it a little bit, which kind of made it look a little bit funky. Basically what that does is it is software stabilization. But this is them getting their photos taken by another photographer over there. I wasn't there for photos, I wasn't being paid to do this. I was just going there to, I guess just be a part of it and film it. Put something on my portfolio that I've done before. Now this right here, me and the photographer, we were both side by side when we were doing this, because I didn't want to be in their shot, and they didn't want to be in my shot. So that's how we kind of worked that out. This is a really good scene. Really good area. I feel like they probably had some bugs on them after that because it's really tall grass. We have an issue, Kansas, with like ticks and stuff like that. So yeah, this is really kind of cool. Now this, once it started to storm, it got cloudy right around this time, and it started to storm later in the night. At this point in time, the lighting was terrible. Terrible conditions. I really wish they had better lighting at the time. Or at least like I could have brought my own light, but then if I bring my own light, it's going to be like super bright, so someone might get like blinded by it. So it was a good test. It was a good thing for me to do, to go out and film something like this. It was a good experience. So yeah, this is who the people were, who the wedding was for, and then the date after that. So August 2017. I think that was yeah, that was after I was done with college.
Enjoy that video there. I definitely put a lot
No.
of work into it.
No, it was right before I started college, I believe.
It's definitely something that I'm dedicated.
It's been a while, guys.
Stuff and all that. And
yeah, so basically I talk about what happened, what I did for that video, and you guys enjoyed it, stuff like that.
Have said from the last video that you guys do want me to continue, saying the blog number on the series, so I will keep doing that at least for now.
Starting to slow my Wi-Fi down a little bit, filming this right now. So guys, this video was the first one that I have shot with my boosted board. So basically it shows me on the board, as you guys can see, riding around a little bit. I did not have a helmet on at the time, but I did get one later on, as you guys have seen. This was September 2017. So that's when I got my boosted board for the first time. Like barely any miles on it. I think when I checked on the app, it only had like 50 miles on it, so it's pretty good. But yeah, so this kind of video right here, I was going for something a little bit funny, a little bit humorous, and a lot of people really liked that. They liked it a lot, so that's really good. I don't do it for every video because not every single video is going to be based on humor, but I mean, it was a good video. Now at the time when I was doing this, if you look in the background, I don't remember where it's at in the video, but there was a truck that pulled up like alongside the street to wonder, what I'm doing there, like why is this person here? I think they were either previous security or they were just suspicious people. But either way, I went there, I shot the video. I shot like another couple videos there too, and then I stopped going there.
We've got right down here is a controller battery, and then this is the Bluetooth.
So let's see. Let me turn this to live chat. Oh wow. Oh,
Motors there, and then we go
sorry guys. I had a setting wrong on my phone, so I couldn't see your comments.
This wind is really not liking my hair at all, so I apologize for horrible, messy hair.
Hey, what's going on, Shadow Taylor?
On to this. Let's go. Engage.
Yeah, sorry. I hate how on YouTube there's this option where it says top chat and live chats, and I just want it to be live chat because I want to see all your messages. I don't want to see like half of them, you know. So yeah, a lot of people are asking why no one's watching. No one's watching probably because, you know, it's super early morning right now. A lot of people are asleep still, so. But this right here was in the summer, still pretty hot. I mean, it's September, but still pretty hot. So I started sweating pretty fast after doing this video because I was shooting outside a lot more than what I show in the video. I only show 8 minutes in this video, but I was out there for at least like an hour, just shooting some video, riding the board, stuff like that. This next video that I'm going to show you is a little bit of something different. I decided to drive out all the way to where I worked at the time and ride my board around there basically. So this right here I'm getting on the board. This is a movie theater that we have not too far from where I used to live. But I'm riding around the parking lot right now. That's the theater right over there. Really cool place, but at the time it was a really bad job. Just a lot of people being messy, and you get all sweaty working there. You're wearing a suit the whole time. It's really hot in there, so not really the best experience. But I mean, you're surrounded by movies, so if you like movies, that's cool too.
In this parking lot, because I work here, there's lots of cameras and all that stuff, so I don't have to worry whenever I go on the boosted board about going distance.
So basically, I was riding around a bit. After I got done riding around the parking lot here, I decided to go on the sidewalk next to the street, right over here. Yeah, right here. So right here, I'm actually riding on the sidewalk next to a main street. So while I was doing this, I believe one person honked at me, if I remember right. Either that, or maybe it was a different episode I'm thinking of, but either way, people noticed because here I am on an electric skateboard, which is already bringing a lot of attention to me. But I'm also holding a camera out like this, and I'm pretty sure people will notice that pretty quick.
I've actually never been down the sidewalk before. I've driven by it, but
you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn on the neon light.
And it's funny because
right now.
even people that are at like stop signs, they see me with the camera.
Little light switch right down here, guys.
And they don't even think much about it except for what
that works.
That's really weird. But I've become quite comfortable now.
So
like filming.
Yeah, it's kind of cool having that light in the background.
Honestly, who really cares what people
I
think?
totally forgot. I was just diving straight into live streaming, so that's why.
It is kind of difficult.
So this, I'm just talking. I can't really see that much. So it was a time in my life where I wasn't sure what angles to shoot at, and also I did not have a very good lens compared to what I have now. So the lens I have now, my head looks smaller because it's actually a better lens. It's wider. It makes me look smaller and the environment look wider, which is really good. It doesn't make me look like I'm taking up the whole frame like I am right now. So let's go ahead and move on a little bit. I'm going to show you a video that I feel that was shot poorly. So this video was when I was riding my boosted board in Walmart, basically, or like around Walmart. As you guys can see, the way that the colors are is not very good. The reason for that is because my ND filter, it's a filter that goes over the lens, it wasn't opened up enough. And it looks okay now-ish. I mean, it looks kind of like faded and weird, but it gets like way worse. Like once it gets brighter, it gets way worse. Like right around here, you'll start seeing it get way worse. And after I shot this video, I was like, oh man, this sucks. But I still had to put the video out, I'm trying to stay on schedule with the videos and everything. So right around,
Alright guys, so since I'm already talking about, the Walmart.
You can really notice it right around here. on the corners, the upper left and the bottom right. It just looks like way weird and dark and everything. It was a cool video. It was a cool experience, you know, riding in front of Walmart. Not a lot of people knew what was going on, but still, I mean, I could have shot that better.
It's kind of interesting, you know, going around, you know, a Walmart that's a little bit different than the one that I.
All right, this next video is going to be, it's going to be based off Casey Neistat, basically. So here's my intro again, and
Where it gets like really bad.
so this is me sitting on my board. It's a really good seat, you know, if you want to just sit down on the side of the road, like it's a really good seat for something like that. So what I did at this time was I partnered with a brand, and I later came to find out after I partnered with them that they weren't really legitimate, because I found that all they were doing was upselling previous products, like other people's products. But regardless of that, I mean, the sunglasses were kind of cool. I liked the kind of luxury look that they had to them with the gold and everything. But then I became quickly tired of them, so I switched to Ray-Bans after that. But as you can tell, my hair is pretty long in this video. And one of the main reasons I got it cut shorter was not only for the job, but also because it kept getting like around my ears and like hard to manage and everything was just like there. So I really didn't like that. And also when the wind would blow right now, like that would be terrible for that. Like it would just annoy you so much. So that's one of the reasons I got it cut. So let's see here. It started raining on me at this time of the video, so I had to pack everything up and go pretty quick.
Now you guys may be asking, what are you going to do after the vlog series?
So all these vlogs, guys, you can go check them out. There's a lot of cool content on there. A lot of stuff that that's really interesting, for sure. This right here is kind of like a sad vlog I made. That's why it's called Very Sad News. If you want to go check it out, watch the whole thing. It's called Very Sad News Vlog 96. So basically, I come in and sit down, and what I did was I talked about this dog of mine, one of the dogs, and we basically had to put him down at this time. So I did this tribute of a drone montage to him. And a lot of people, they don't really watch this part all the way through. They think, oh, it's just another drone montage. But if you watch, you'll see how it's different. So this is like a small town. It's not too far from where I live at. But I think this next scene is where I do it. Yeah, right here. So right here, this is a tribute to him, to that dog that did have to be put down. I decided to, instead of being there when the dog was put down, to go out and shoot a video tributing to him. So it was a personal choice of mine to do that, but I feel that it was a good decision on my part to be able to create something on that day that he was put down to, you know, do it for him. So I remember everyone was just so bummed out when that happened too. Let's see here. So if you look at the end of this vlog series, you will see I still did the hashtag vlog right over here. Let's see. Computer's going kind of slow right now. But right over here, you can see hashtag vlog 114. And I stopped doing that after this vlog. I just started making titles, and just titles, you know, no hashtag anything. So, but this is where I ended the vlog. Actually, I put this video up on my birthday last year, March 23rd, 2018. So my birthday is coming up. I will be 21 years old, so that's kind of a big deal. But after I ended this video, I shot another vlog, and it had been a while since I posted the vlog, so everything has changed about me, and you can tell that a lot in this video. This was on around December 7th, 2018, so it's been a while, you know, but
starters,
my style has changed a lot. You know, my hairstyle, everything has changed. So hopefully you guys are liking, you know, the way that my hairstyle is, the way that I'm styled in general. I like it. You know, it's different. It's cool. It's I'm not really I don't really care about what people think. You know, that kind of mindset. So I like it. But yeah, basically that's where I started doing new vlogs and everything. And if you guys haven't seen the new video yet, you should definitely go check it out. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to another live stream. We were back once again, and let's go ahead and get this one started as well. I know that you guys are liking the way that I do this. You like when I'm critiquing my own videos, you know, commenting on certain things, giving you guys a little bit of an insight as to how I did the video or what the idea was behind it. So let's go ahead and get this one started. Let's start with the quick edit series for this one right here. And hopefully the audio levels will be fine. I will check them here in a second, so I'll have to make sure to pull it up on my phone here. Hopefully you guys are liking the way the colors are too. I really like that combination red and blue. It's really nice. But as you guys can see right over here, I do have my neon sign on. This is one of the few times I will have to do live streams in this room right here because I'm moving soon. So I think the audio levels are okay for this, so let's go ahead and start this up. So this episode right here is quick edit number 1. This is called Nature's Way. And let me make sure the video is centered here. Looks like it's a little bit off. Let's see. There we go. I don't know how that got offset, but anyways, so this is Nature's Way. It is one that's kind of one of my favorites for the most part, but it is also lacking in a lot of things. As you guys can see, it does show a lot of nature, but it doesn't really show anything else. It's just strictly grass, you know, plants, stuff like that. I personally, at this point, a couple years later, I would have thought this was amateur. So, or I do think it's amateur now. And especially this scene right here, I wasn't focused on the right thing. My camera was like way off on focus on that. Sorry if the video is a little bit glitchy, it's just the way that it works right now. My webcam should be, you know, smooth and everything, but because I'm screen capturing my previous videos, it's going to look a little bit weird for the actual videos you're watching. Let me pull the stream up here on my phone, that way I can make sure everything looks okay. Let's see. This next one coming up here, this is called A River's Voice. Now, this particular episode was a test with a stabilizer. So basically, if you don't know what a stabilizer is, you put the camera on it, and you basically hold it. It's like a big rig, and you hold it, and it stabilizes the camera, basically. Now, there's little controls here and there where you can pan the camera up, down, all that kind of stuff. So, I did a test, and that's what this video is right here. This is just a river at the park that I have been shooting at previously. Let's make sure the audios look okay here, so let me pull this up on my phone real quick. I can't even hear the audio that well. Maybe it's just the song in this video. I can hear a little bit. I think it'll be fine. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to turn the audio up for the actual videos that we're watching here. But yeah, guys, so this is one of my older ones. I shot this in April of 2017. Posted this one on April 26th. So it's been a little while. You know, 2019 now. Almost 3 years, man. That's crazy. I remember going out and shooting this video. Very faintly, you know, because it was a while ago, but I still remember it. This shot was one of my coolest shots, I think, just kind of gliding through this kind of foresty vibe area. So this is how I used to do my outros, just a simple, basic, you know, follow me on Twitter or follow me on Instagram. Nowadays, I just do one, follow me on Instagram, or I just do a cool outro like you guys have seen lately. This one is an episode where I don't really like it that much. It's called Nights of the Light, and honestly, to be honest with you guys, I shot this video just because I had to keep on schedule.
that particular day, I believe I was super busy and just did not have time to shoot any videos. So I went out at night and just kind of shot like a time lapse, different places, and that's all I did for that.
Now, looking back on it, the way that I did the time lapse, I would have done something different now. Like I would have done like a light trail montage. Which, if you guys don't know what that is, basically you set your settings on your camera to where tail lights and bright lights, things like that are moving, they'll look like streaks just because of the way that my settings are on the camera. So it would have been cool to do something like that. I think I kind of experimented a little bit right here because if you look at the lights, they kind of streak across a little bit. So I think I did a little bit of something right there. But I'm looking forward to doing light trail photography. So basically, I'll go out to like the intersection. There's actually one right outside my apartment where I can basically shoot cars and do light trail photography. So I'm looking forward to posting some of those photos because I really want to do stuff like that. I really want to get into that, So that wraps up number 3 for the Quick Edit series. Let's go ahead and move on to number 4. You're going to see that Blizzard video like every time now. Every time the video ends. This one is called Takeoff and Explore. Now this one was shot in, I think it's September. Actually May, okay. So May 1st of 2017 is when this video was uploaded. Now this video, I was experimenting with my drone a little bit and decided to make a montage basically of me pulling into the parking area and basically just getting the drone out and getting it up in the air. The whole idea behind this was to take the time out of your day and to go out and film something, to travel to a new place and film there, do something creative basically. That's the whole vibe I was going for with this video. The color grading is terrible, I understand that. It's too cool of a tone. It's too blue. It needs to be more warmer tone, more orangish, because it's summer and it doesn't really match very well. So that's one of my critiques personally. I wish I did that color grading a little bit different. Also guys, excuse the mess behind me. I'm currently in the process of moving again back to Kansas. So you'll see a lot more videos based on that kind of area. I might shoot someplace different, but that's the area where I like to shoot, so I might go back there. This episode is called When Nature Takes Control. It's episode number 5 of the Quick Edit series, and this one, it was not intended to be this way. Basically, I went to the park, and I found out suddenly that that area right there on the bridge I was supposed to drive over, and it was flooded. So I decided to take the advantage and use my camera, use my drone, get a cool shot of it, and that's what this is. I did experiment a little bit with color grading, so that's why the colors look a little bit green, because I was trying to see, can I bring more of these colors out and then less of these colors out, stuff like that, just experimenting a little bit. This scene right here, as you saw in the beginning, it was a little bit shaky, so I am much better at flying drones now than I was back then. That was roughly around the time when I started doing drones, so I wasn't really that good at it, as you can see. But this is basically like a montage of the flooding. I don't think it's going to happen there, at least for a while again. It was kind of like a one-time occurrence, at least in my lifetime, the first time I've ever seen that flood. So let's see here. This is number 6, Quick Edit number 6. This is also something similar to Quick Edit number 3, the one with the night and everything. This also, I was too busy. I did not have enough time to shoot. So basically, I just shot this episode at night. I had to, no choice really. I had to keep on schedule for you guys. So I went ahead and shot this. Basically, all it is a montage of baseball, because there was a baseball game that night, or like a softball, I believe actually it was. But anyways, there was a game that night, and so that's what this is right here, just kind of showing you guys a little bit about what's going on. Just a little montage, basically. I like it, but I also don't like it, just because it kind of gets boring pretty quick. But these quick edits are quick edits. It's meant to be a quick edit, so shouldn't bother you too much to go back and watch this video right here. Shouldn't make you cringe too much. Alright, let's see which one's next. If you guys are liking the stream so far, definitely go ahead and like it down below. I like doing stuff like this for you guys, and I probably won't be able to do another live stream similar to this, at least for a little while. Because once I move, I have to figure a bunch of stuff out. So this one is called Explore Possibilities. It is quick edit number 7, so if you want to go check it out, you're definitely welcome to. This is one of my more favorite episodes, but there's also some critiques I have of it as well. So for the most part, the shots are fine, but once we get right around this area, I mean, that shot's fine, but you know, that shot was a little bit out of focus. This shot should be okay. I don't see anything wrong with that. This shot, it's okay. Now, once I get the drone in the air, you will see an obvious difference in color if you look really closely. I'll show you here in a second. So I get the drone up in the air, keep an idea of what the colors are now, and then look at the colors right here. This is a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit too contrasty, a little strong on the highlights, and a little strong on the warmth of the video. And also, I didn't use warp stabilizer, which basically stabilizes your video in post, and I did not use it on this, and I really regret doing that because, as you can see, it's pretty shaky. Now, I could have tried to do it on most of the shots, but it's too late now to even bother with the video. But had I done it, it probably would have looked a little bit better, at least for most of the shots. Because you can't use that stabilizer on everything. It has to be videos where you only need like a little bit of assistance, because if you need a lot of assistance, it'll just start warping your video all over the place. And that looks pretty weird. So I do not have the chat up, but let me make sure I get that up on my phone here so I don't miss your guys' comments. I don't think anyone's up at this time, but it's pretty much the easiest time for me to live stream right now. Okay, so this one is called Take Risks, and it is quick edit number 8. Now, if I remember right, this one is where I bring the drone into a thunderstorm, basically. Yes, so this right here is a scene where I'm taking the drone out. You can tell that the conditions are not normal, and that's the whole idea behind this, is that, you know, it's got a backing idea. All my videos, they have a backing idea behind them. So this one is where you're going up into the sky, making something creative, even though the conditions are not the best. You know, they're not very fair for what you're trying to do. So it was a little bit scary, you know, putting my drone up in the air like that, but I mean, the video turned out pretty decent. I mean, it just kind of goes to show that, you know, I'm willing to do what it takes to get the shot, basically. Now, I would say that this could use a little bit more color grading. Maybe a little bit more on the shadows, a little bit higher on the shadows. And a little bit of a less warmth tone. It seems like the end of the world, kind of, is the way it looks to me. Over time, I've gotten a little bit of a close, detailed eye on things like that, on color and, you know, other things that are similar to that, as far as editing is concerned. Because there's a lot that goes into color grading, guys. Like, the videos you see on my channel, it's not just like I throw something on there and go. Like, I actually have to put a lot of work into what I do. And I would love to do a live stream for you guys, just doing like a live color grading or editing or something like that. If you guys want that, you know. So let me know in the comments, you know, if you want me to do something like that, that'd be cool. So this one's called Capture, quick edit number 9. Now this one, I think it starts with me driving right here. See, I think this one is strictly in the car. Or wait, no, this one is the GoPro. I have like this GoPro kind of device. This is an action camera right there. Basically, I put it on my car, and it was raining pretty hard. So I was like, hey, let's go and just do a montage. So this was at the time when I was going to college. So that's why I'm driving a lot of the highways, because I did live kind of far away. So I drove the highway, got a couple montages. I'm sure my car looks a little bit ridiculous with the camera on top of there, but that's just what I did. So yeah, it's a pretty cool episode. I feel it's more on the amateur level, more on the beginner level for the most part. I mean, the rain shots were kind of cool, but I think my photography and videography now is a lot better than what it was. Okay, this one is called Reach for the Sky, quick edit number 10. This one is actually kind of an interesting one because to you guys, all you see is me running up and down a ramp, or running up a ramp and then sliding down it. But I mean, it's got an idea behind it because it's kind of going above and beyond, taking that extra step, taking that extra leap. That's kind of the idea behind this one. So I put the drone up there and I just run up. It's not that easy to run up those things, guys, because it is kind of slippery, so I just kind of booked it, just straight up. So I got the drone up in the air. Not too bad on the color grading, but this one right here, some people may not see this, but if you look closely, it's screen on my phone and then drone shot, and then screen on my phone and then drone shot, to emphasize that I'm accelerating upward. Because if you look at the altitude very closely in that shot, you will see it just going up, and then up, and then up, and that's kind of the idea behind it. Just to reach for the sky, you know, reach for new goals, new aspirations, stuff like that. That's kind of the whole idea behind this channel, guys, is that, you know, I want to inspire you guys. I want you guys to make your own stuff, make your own videos, do what you want to do. You may not be a filmmaker, you may be a gamer, you know, you may be a chef, cook, something like that. Doesn't really matter, but the point is just to go out there and do something, to make something. Take a little bit of your time of your day and just go out and make something. So this one is Find Your Purpose, quick edit number 11. I do not remember what the purpose is behind this one. I think mainly it was strictly a video where I wanted to shoot some nature, as you guys can see, and just kind of give you guys like a good vibe. I think this is more of like a chill kind of video. Got me walking through the water, more rocks and water, more rocks and water, running water. This is that area where I talked about in the last live stream that I was standing at. That's kind of dangerous, but at the time that I was standing there in the last live stream and I showed you guys, it was pretty dry. This time it was running all the way down. So yeah, basically just a video about nature, you know, good vibes. Alright. Moving on to quick edit number 12. This one is called One with the Sky. Now this one, for some odd reason, I think it's the music choice I chose because I had a lot of people that were upset. For some reason, like on this video, people were really upset on my music choice. And I have some critiques myself, but it's not the music. It's more so the color grading. The color grading was just way too warm. Like as you guys can tell, it's a little bit too warm. It looks like it's like super summer heat, and it wasn't really that hot. And this right here, it has kind of like a vintage kind of look, like a vintage warm vibe. And I wish that I didn't do as much warmth on this because it just doesn't look that good. Especially this shot right here. And you can tell there's something off with that. The grass doesn't look right. It's not green enough. So I wish I didn't color grade it that way. But basically this is a montage of me flying the drone. And I like some of these shots. I mean, they're kind of cool shots. But, I mean, the color grading is just a little bit off. So this shot right here, I wish that I would have chosen a different color grading technique. Because at the time, I thought this was good. And looking back, it's not too good. So, not really one of my favorites. I'll just say that. It's kind of cool how I incorporated that shot though. You know, when it came down on the ground, showed my feet. This right here is actually showing an insect, I believe, on the grass. Look closely. Yeah, that's pretty much wrapping up quick edit number 12 there. See, we've been doing this stream for almost 20 minutes now. Man, time goes fast. This one is called Exploring an Abandoned Airfield, quick edit number 13. This one, I was actually driving around and I found this spot, which it's not really like an abandoned airfield, but it was an airfield that's not being used, and it's, I think, like a private airfield, and it's not really, like I said, not being used. There's not really anyone there. So basically I went there, shot a few scenes, and that's basically what this is about. Now, when I shot these scenes with my drone, which you guys are going to see here in a second, I did not know how to pan the camera up and down like that. Like, I didn't know how to do that at this time, but I did figure out, and it took a couple tries for me to figure out how to do that. I had to do a little bit of research because I wasn't familiar with the controls 100%. I'm not really one to read manuals. I like to kind of figure things out as I go. So basically, these shots you guys are going to see here in 1 second, right here. Basically, that's all the shots. Is just either straight back, straight forward, straight up, straight down. That's what you're going to see right here because I didn't know how to do that other technique on it. So I made kind of like this montage about the airfield here. Really wish I could have used that technique on this airfield because it would look a lot cooler. Yeah, this is basically how this episode ends here. Just a quick exploration of a new place. It's kind of cool to do that, and then a couple shots of some flowers. Alright, moving on to quick edit number 14. This one is kind of going off the last video, exploring an abandoned factory. Now, this is not actually a factory. I did kind of clickbait it a little bit, so sorry about that, guys, but basically, it kind of does look abandoned. And I decided that, it looks like a big building, so might as well just call it a factory. So basically, it's this area where it's not being used during the summer, so I decided to go over there, shoot some shots with my drone. This is actually the same place that I rode my boosted board for the first time. It's the exact same place. So you guys get a little bit of a sneak peek. Those of you who did watch back in the day, you had a sneak peek of the boosted board location at the time. So this is basically what it looks like. Big open parking lot, very good for riding the board for the most part. There are some bad spots where you might want to wear helmets because you might hit it and your wheel locks up. So I don't ride boosted boards anymore, but if you ever do ride a boosted board and you're around a parking lot like that, be careful, guys. Because the first day I got my boosted board, as you guys saw from that one video, I almost got injured. Almost hit my head. If you guys are watching the live stream right now, welcome. If you just tuned in, that's awesome. Make sure to subscribe down below, guys. I do a lot of awesome content like this where I'm showing off my filmmaking, and then I'll go out and I'll shoot videos, vlogs, tutorials I'm still working on right now. I'm trying to get my studio set up first before I do that, so maybe a couple months down the road. But, it's coming, for sure. So stay tuned for that, guys. A lot of cool stuff coming. This one is called Follow Nature's Path, and I really, really like this one. Quick edit number 15 if you guys want to go check it out. But some of these shots, like this one right here, really cool. I like the way that the sun, flared and everything on that. But yeah, this right here basically shows me walking down a path. This was very far away, guys. Like, I had to drive down a lot of dirt roads to get to this spot. I just kind of kept going until I figured I could stop somewhere and then just, shoot there. So this is when it happened around sunset. So colors, as you guys can see here in a second, this is one of my favorite transitions, the way that I did that, sped it up and then instantly like that. But as you guys can see, the colors
it's a little bit of a bad time to be color grading, to be shooting, to be doing all of that. It's not the best time of day for that. So as you guys can tell, there's a little bit of detail that's left out just because of the way that the lighting is and stuff like that, different factors that come into play. But that's my car there. I just kind of parked there on the side of the road. A train happened to be coming by, so might as well use it for the video. So. Also guys, if you have not followed me on Instagram, you definitely should. I've done a lot of cool stuff on there. I've posted a lot of posts recently that a lot of you guys are really liking. So honestly, I would definitely go ahead and follow me. It's all over my YouTube, guys, but I'll just go ahead and show you here what it is in case you want to see. So this right here is my Instagram. Just Film with Aaron. And yes, I have about 20K followers. I've posted quite a lot of awesome shots lately. So right here, these are my recent shots. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff I post on there. So if you're interested, if you do have an Instagram, definitely go ahead and check me out. I definitely appreciate the follow and support, guys. So this one's called Find Your Place, quick edit number 16. This one I shot in a parking lot, I believe, of a bank, I want to say. But basically, it's a cool spot that I found, decided to pull my drone out and shoot a few scenes for you guys. And I think they turned out pretty good for the most part. It was pretty windy that day, if I remember right. Or at least like it picked up, I think. Because like right here, it doesn't look that windy. But like I said, I think it picked up a little bit. It could be something else I'm thinking of, like a different episode. That kind of picked up a little bit. But yeah, guys, this episode right here is just kind of showing that, I am one in many. One in a lot of things around me. So just kind of going out and shooting. Even if it's like a busy area, it doesn't have to be isolated, in the middle of nowhere. I do shoot videos that are isolated in the middle of nowhere, but I don't always have to do that. I just kind of do that when I feel like it. But that video basically kind of goes off many ideas, but the main idea was just to find a place to shoot. It may not be where you want to shoot, where you feel comfortable shooting, but just to do it anyways. This one is called Discovered. Now this one, I almost lost my drone doing this one. Because what happened was, as you guys will see here in a second, I get my drone up in the air, you see a thunderstorm coming. Now the thunderstorm itself doesn't have anything to do with how I lost my drone, but it's an important detail because it's in the shot right here. So it'll give you a little bit of a context as to what was going on at that time. So I get the drone up in the air. Right behind that hill, there's actually a farm and like a field and everything. And you guys will probably see it in one of these shots. I think I show it. So it's on my left side right over there. I think I shoot one scene of it coming down here in a second. I guess I didn't shoot it. Okay, well, basically, my drone, it started landing because it was super low on battery, and it started landing on someone else's property. So I basically had to have someone help me get into the property to capture my drone. So luckily, I was able to get it. I had to go and like navigate through horses in order to get it. So a little bit of an interesting story. But I definitely don't want to lose a drone over something like that, This one is called Creative Vibes, quick edit number 18. This is one of my favorites, I would say, or at least like close to favorites. It's better than the rest, I would say. So I'm at this area. It's kind of like this building. I'm not sure what exactly this building is, but I decided to pull up to the side of the road, shoot a few scenes of it. So as you guys can see, I was walking through pretty tall grass there, and then here's my drone. I started the drone up. I like shooting shots like this. It's really cinematic, the way that I do the focusing and everything on it. And all this is manual focus, guys. So, it's not that easy to do it. So this right here shows the building that I was at. Like I said, I'm not sure what this building was exactly, but it looked kind of cool to shoot. I do have a favorite shot. Not this one. Not that one. I think it's the next one. I may have already passed the shot without even realizing. No, I think it's the one after this. No. This one. This one. I love this shot, guys. The way that I pan the camera and everything. Just love that. That's one of my favorite scenes from like all of my quick edits. That the way that I did that, the way that the cars looked, the way that the building looked, just everything. So this right here, I'm basically walking back, away. I kind of try to take my car out of the equation for the most part, just to kind of show you guys that, you know, I can park my car someplace and then go and explore and then come back, because that's the whole idea behind this. Is I'm trying to go out and explore, find new places, find new shots, and then continue forward, you know, finding even more places. So that was the idea behind the ending of that. This one's called Creative Passion. Now this bridge is around the area where my college was, kind of like out in the middle of nowhere almost, but I found this spot I could pull off to the side of the road, so I decided to go out and shoot this one. It was really hot this day, I think. I'm pretty sure it was like super hot this day. Let's see if there's any comments on the live stream right now. I closed it on my phone. Let's see. Nope, I guess you guys are still sleeping. Well, if you guys are tuning in after the fact, I definitely appreciate it for sure. So I'm bringing my drone up here in the air and it keeps going up. Now that bridge is not just a bridge, as you guys can see. Actually a railroad. So kind of a cool thing to have a railroad shot like that, you know, especially with the way that everything looks on the left and right of it. Cool bridge, cool place. I like that shot right there. That's cool. This shot right here was kind of cool as well. I was trying to get the truck in the middle of the frame, but the truck was moving kind of fast for the way that I wanted to tilt it, so I couldn't really do it that well. Yeah, then I just ended right here by me walking. Just kind of making a montage of me walking, just, you know, why not? So that's what this is right here. Back when I had long hair, you know. My hair is obviously a lot shorter now. Like, yeah, that's pretty short. But I mean, it's cool. You know, I like my hair now. All right, so this one is one of my favorites. I would definitely say. This is quick edit number 20. Now you see me walking here, and then this shot right here is kind of one of my favorites. This shot was hard to get because that road, it may not be traveled like a lot, but it is traveled. People do drive on that road, so I had to set my camera there, walk about 20-30 feet down the road, and then come back. This is me just going down, starting the drone up again. Kind of a cool shot right there. I use that in a lot of my intros from that point on. Alright, so the drone's going up in the air. Now the color grading, as you can tell, is a little bit off, but I still do like the shots, but I feel that this looks more vintagey in the way that the colors look, or like just vintage. I guess the vintagey is not plural for vintage, but you get my drift. This right here, the colors just look off. They look abnormal. So I would have gone back now and, you know, fixed it if I really wanted to do that. But I don't want to deal with these videos anymore. It's been a while. You know, I look different now. It's not really present day. see, I got a message on my phone. 1 second, guys. Okay, so this one is called Mindset. Now, this one, I received a little bit of criticism for throwing the can, but don't worry, guys, I did actually pick that up, and I did throw it away, so don't worry about that. This right here shows me walking with my new director shirt. I still have that shirt, even though it's been like 3 years. So this right here, me just opening a Mountain Dew, decided to try a few new things, try a few new shots. And this is me just drinking it, casually getting ready for, I guess, throwing it, or like a montage, I guess. So this is me just running across the bridge, because why not? Slow motion. And then I find the drone, magically. So I started up, and the whole idea behind this, as you guys can see, is that I just happened to come across the drone. It wasn't in my hands in the beginning, and I just kind of crossed the bridge and it was there. So I put the drone up in the air here, and this is kind of a cool shot right there. And this is basically like the montage of just kind of the surrounding areas, the park that I used to shoot at a lot, as you guys can tell. There's that bridge that I ran across. It's kind of a cool shot right there. I started to get better at panning on things and like focusing on objects, as you guys can tell. It took me a little bit of time to really realize the way that I wanted to shoot, but once I started on it, then it really started going pretty fast. So this right here is the scene I was talking about, where I throw the can here. I thought it'd be cool to do in slow motion, so that's why I did it this way. So that is quick edit number 21. If you guys want to go check that out, you're definitely welcome to. Let's see here. Oh, no, trying to get on live chat. Clicking on things. Alright, so this next one is called Essence, quick edit number 22. Now this one, as you guys can tell from the start, is kind of in the middle of nowhere. This is actually at kind of like this oil tank kind of place, and I shot this because I wanted someplace different. I wanted to do something different from the park. I wanted to go to a new place. So that's what this is about right here. Now this is summer, I believe, when I shot this. Yeah, June 12th, so it was pretty hot outside, so you'll probably see me sweating a lot in these videos if you look very closely. So it's kind of a cool shot the way that I did this right here. It shows me lifting off the drone, watching it go up, which I actually didn't watch it go up. I actually just kind of mimicked me doing that. But this is where I was, kind of oil rig out in the middle of nowhere. So this right here is a good example of how vast, Kansas is. There's like no mountains, it's just flat land, fields, just all the way. So that's what this kind of demonstrates here. So I'm getting a message right now, guys. Let me respond to you real quick. Yes, guys, if you're wondering that sound, that is how fast I type. I'm a pretty fast typer, so that's what you hear whenever I'm live streaming usually. So moving on to quick edit number 23. This one is titled Effect. Now this one I did shoot at the park, but I decided to do something different. I decided to focus more so on the field, baseball field. So this is what this is about, the fence, the field, just trying different kinds of things. So I actually tried a new effect in this video. That's why it's called Effect. That right there, that little zoom in transition, that's what this is about. It's kind of like a test, but also a quick edit as well at the same time. So this right here kind of shows me kind of coming out of nowhere. Once again, finding the drone, they're sitting there. as you guys can tell, it really does have a theme to it. This whole series right here, like it really does. You can predict it basically. You know, I'll come in, I'll be walking or getting out of my car, going to find a drone or taking it out of the car, and then putting it up in the air, getting some cool shots, and then coming back down. Basically, that's what this is. Just a bunch of those, just all together at different places, for the most part. But like I said, I really did like shooting at this park, and at the time, it was really fun. You know, to fly the drone around, just in general, it didn't really feel like work really. But nowadays, it kind of does feel like work, but also fun too. I mean, but it's more so work. But it feels like good work. You know, something I'd like to do. So this was a good way to end the video right there. The way that I focused everything and it was blurry, me walking in the distance, that was kind of cool right there. This next one is called Concept, number 24. Now this one was also shot in kind of the middle of nowhere for the most part. There was actually a train on the tracks. It wasn't moving, of course, but I decided to shoot that and focus really on that train and where I was. So this kind of goes off a similar idea where I'm going out and I'm shooting it at random locations just to give you guys something really cool to look at, and that's what I want you guys to do. If you could take away one thing from this live stream, I would say definitely go ahead and just go out and shoot something. You know, it may not be where you want to shoot, it may not be the best place to shoot. You know, it could be like Walmart or something like that, Walmart parking lot, for example. But you know, it could be anywhere. Just to go out and do something, guys. That's what I encourage you guys to do. Alright, so this right here, once again, zoom transition. I went a little bit crazy with it right here because I was trying to, you know, really emphasize movement. So this shot right here was kind of cool. I like the way that I did this outro. It's really based around the train, and I really did show that in the video. So as you guys can see, I'm getting a little bit more focused in on what I'm trying to show as this series progresses. Now this one right here is called Move, quick at number 25. This one had to do with me jumping. I was trying to test what it would look like slow motion jumping, basically. So that's what it shows here. So there's where I parked over there. Here's me jumping, a couple different angles, slow motion. And then I go to the drone, of course, get it set up, put it in the air. I would say that the color grading could have used a little bit of work. It has a little bit too much of a vintage kind of vibe to it, and it could have used a little bit of vignetting on the edges. So kind of showing the highway right over there, guys. I'm not afraid to do shots like this where I'm going fast and low to trees, low to highways. I know that that's not the best thing to do for the most part, but you know, I have been using drones for a while, so I do know how to control the drone in different scenarios. So that is okay for me to do. So don't copy me, guys. You know, if you see me going like super low to the ground in some of these shots, I wouldn't recommend it unless you really know what you're doing. So this one is called Ascend, Descend. Now this one, it's different than Reach for the Sky. This one is more so running up the ramp and sliding down the ramp. I got the two confused because it does involve the same area. So this is the one I was talking about where I do run up the ramp and then I slide down. It's basically a montage of that, and that's really pretty much all it is. Kind of like a cool, kind of different kind of video. Not really something you would see on someone's channel, so that's the kind of vibe I was going for. To do things different, you know. Basically shoot something that no one else would do or no one else has done. So that's just what I do, guys. I try to make some cool shots.
Here's me once again sliding down the ramp. Now these ramps were pretty hot, so good thing I was wearing, you know, pretty good pants and had my wallet in my pocket and all that, because it was pretty hot to be sliding down that. Luckily, when I shot this, there was no one at the park. I think I shot it when most people are in school, so no one was really there to bother me or anything. Let me make sure the audio levels are looking good. I haven't checked those in a little while. Let's make sure the episode you can hear it fine. Good thing I was wearing, you know, pretty good pants. Yeah, I think it does work pretty well still. No issues whatsoever. This one is called Faith. Now this one, I wasn't the best with an ND filter at the time. As you guys can see, it does look a little bit fadey and weird. So that's the way, or that's the reason why it looks that way. Just because of the way that I had it set. But this episode, I decided to go out and I found this small town. There was a church in the small town, so I decided to focus this video around that church and just call it Faith. And it kind of has like a dual purpose, because it means faith as in there's a church that is shown, and also faith as in have faith in yourself to be able to shoot shots like this, to be able to continue working like this and doing these kind of activities. This shot right here, terrible on the ND filter. I really regret that shot right there, but I did include it anyways, guys, because I do want to provide content regardless. I wish I shot that a little bit differently. This one is called Pursue, quick edit number 28. Now this one, it starts out kind of showing like the vibe of a small town. That's kind of what I was going for. And then we transition into a golf field, basically. And so I decided to shoot that because it was around me. I was able to get to it easily. And, you know, why not? You know, it's a golf field. Why not? So basically, this video is based around. As you guys can tell, the ND filter was terrible in these shots as well. This shot right here really does show it. The upper left, the lower right, definitely an issue. But this right here shows the golf course. Really nice shots for the most part, but the colors do look a little bit off. I was going for this certain color grade at the time for this series, and nowadays it's not really something I would choose again. I don't even have the footage from this anymore, guys, so I can't even go back and like re-edit the thing. Because usually what I would do is I'd have so much footage, I'd just have to delete my raw footage. I just didn't have space to deal with it. So this next one is quick edit number 29. This is actually at the movie theater, which I did end up working at. And I think at the time when I shot this, I may have been working there at the time, I believe. June 2018 or 2017. Yeah, I think I was actually working here at this time. Sorry, my mouth is getting kind of dry. But I was working here at the time. Decided to, you know, shoot a drone montage about the theater. And I did show this theater in different drone montages, but it wasn't a quick edit. I think it was like a vlog or something like that that I showed it in. So yeah, this kind of shows the theater, just a quick flight, and I came back. It was pretty windy that day, if I remember right, so wasn't really the best for drone flying. I think I almost lost it that day too. So just a couple cool shots, you know, manual focus all the way. Right, guys, this is the last quick edit number 30. This is called the final edit. The idea behind this is that basically this is the final edit, as you guys can tell from the title, and that I'm moving on to something different. So that way you guys don't get bored, you know, stuff like that, just to move on to something new. As you guys saw in that last scene, my shoes got pretty dirty because at the time when I shot this, it had rained previously, either early in the day or in the previous day. So it wasn't really the best for walking on with my Converse shoes, so they were pretty dirty by the end of this, for sure. So this right here kind of shows, you know, me, little montage right there of the area. That's still me right there, middle of the field. Alright, so this right here ends the last of the quick edit series. So let me go ahead and pull up a different series. Let me show you guys a little bit of something different. Oh, I'm backing up too far. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go back to my channel. Computer's going a little bit slow here. Okay, so playlist. And let's see here. Let's do a little bit something different, because I know in the last live stream we talked about the Cinematic Diary series, and we also talked about the vlog series. Let's start with Arizona. This one to me is a really good example. So this right here, guys, this is the day 1 episode, but actually when I shot it, I actually released I shot day 2 before day 1, like I edited them backwards kind of, but I released them in order, so that's all that really matters. But this right here was a trip that I had done this past summer, and this trip was a very personal trip. This trip was where I was going to basically across the country, or like halfway across the country to Arizona from Kansas to meet my girlfriend for the first time. So that is what this trip is about. It is a very cool episode for me to rewatch. I really like the way that I shot some things. Now this scene right here, this is not me, guys. This is not me. So I want to make that very clear, because I did get a lot of comments, you know, is that you? It's not me. It's just a random guy in front of me. I just happened to be shooting. I was right behind him, so might as well use him for the video, you know. So this is me just flying on the plane. A couple shots out the window. A couple shots of the plane. And then I arrived in Arizona. So that's what this is about. A little bit of cactus for you there. Totally different than Kansas, guys. Like it was hot there at the time, and also there's a lot of cactus, like I said. This right here is where I kind of go into detail about why I'm there. I did use some good music choices for this part right here. I faded them in from like a montage kind of vibe to like more of a serious, emotional kind of vibe. But for when I shot this, as far as the audio is concerned, I had to use an effect on top of the video. I think it was like a denoiser or something like that, because the fan that was in the room was like pretty loud. So by default, like I couldn't be heard that well on the audio. So I had to fix it in post. So that's what I did here. That's why it may sound a little bit off, especially when I start talking, because it kind of does this weird like warp sound because of that effect. So this right here, once again, still going into detail about why I'm there. It did cost money to go there, of course. You know, flying isn't cheap. So I went there, got a hotel for a couple nights. Really did enjoy meeting her for the first time. I'm still with her now, so that kind of show you guys how far that went. This right here is kind of cool. It just so happened to rain this day, like at random. A few hours in, after I just got there, it started to rain. So I was like, hey, why not? Shoot some cool scenes. So this right here, it goes to black, and then I meet her for the first time. And I love this, guys. Like, I really love this episode. You know, the way that I edited the video, the songs that I used, the way that I showed us meeting, you know, having that on video, it's a very important deal for me. So I hope that you guys, you know, you watched it and you really liked it. This next episode is Arizona Day 2, which, like I said, it kind of went in reverse order as far as editing is concerned. But this right here, based off the song Bullet Train, this is a video about my girlfriend. So it kind of gives you the vibe of cactus, a little bit of an Arizona vibe.
And then her and I, at the time, we were driving in an Uber to Walmart. So that's what we were doing right here. So I got some scenes out the window. This is a flagpole right in front of that Walmart. And then her walking with sandals. I mean, Arizona's hot, guys, so I mean, I definitely, would wear sandals like she did. But yeah, guys, I love shooting her a lot. With a camera, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's some cool shots. It's something different. This right here, kind of a cool shot. Kind of shows that we're shooting kind of like a underground kind of vibe. Street kind of photography, videography. So that was a cool episode right there. Let me show you guys something different here. So I'm going to play these a little bit differently. We're going to start with the Rocky Mountain episode. These are in different playlists, so if you guys want to go see them, you can definitely go ahead and check them out. This one is when I moved to Colorado. The first few days when I moved here, I actually went out to the mountains, checked it out. I've never been to the Rocky Mountains before, so I went out there, shot a few scenes. That's what this is about, basically. But some of these shots are really beautiful. They're really spectacular shots. Now, when I was shooting with my drone, everything was like overexposed for the most part, so it was a little bit hard to color grade. But I mean, it still did pretty good. I mean, the video has like 51,000 views right now, so it's pretty good. This shot's kind of one of my favorites, just the way that everything focuses in. So still kind of showing off the vibe of a forest here. And then this is kind of a cool scene right here. Kind of shows nature, for sure. You have that vibe. This right here kind of shows the vastness of the entire mountain. How big a mountain actually is. And then this right here, I wish that it would have kept going as far as the trees are. But this right here is kind of like a cool shot with the road kind of curves around right there, the mountains in the distance. I really do like this shot. It's pretty cool. This shot right here was also cool. You may have seen this in a lot of Instagram posts because I would, take a still from this video and then put it on Instagram as a post. This shot right here, for those of you guys who are color grading enthusiasts, you can kind of tell that things are a little bit off because it was way overexposed, so I had to kind of fix it as best as I could in post-production. This right here, when I color graded this was also very overexposed. So if you look at some of the trees, they look kind of blue, and I don't think they were supposed to look that way. Pretty sure they weren't supposed to look that way. This right here, kind of just gliding over the trees. Then this right here, this is a cool shot, but as you guys can tell, at first the mountains are overexposed, and then once those do come into correct exposure, everything looks okay for the most part. There are a couple things where like highlights may need to be turned down a little bit, but for the most part, it's a cool shot. This shot was also cool as well. I think there was a person down there at the very bottom too. This right here was a cool shot as well, just kind of going up and over the mountain. Kind of showing you guys, how far it kind of goes down. This right here was a cool shot. This is a very dreamy place. The way that everything looks, if you just look at that, I mean, it's a cool shot. I mean, no wonder it has so many views. It looks really good. In my opinion, guys, but you guys may think differently. I think it looks really cool. This right here was really cool too, how the cloud kind of started going slowly over the trees over there. Made for a very good ending. So I like that. It's a really good episode. Let's see here. This next one it's called Mount Lemon. The cinematic Mount Lemon. Mount Lemon is a mountain in Arizona.
and it's one of the few places where my girlfriend and I went where it wasn't like super hot. So we went there. It was really good to go there. Now I added some sound effects to this, and if you guys listen closely, you'll be able to hear some of them in this video. But if you guys really want to hear them, I would definitely go ahead and check that out. This video, like the other one, did pretty good as well. 27,000 views right now, so that's not too bad. Now this shot right here in the car, I didn't shoot this, my girlfriend did. And I did use the shot, but I would have preferred like a drone shot or something like that. I don't really think that showing how dirty my windshield is a very good thing, but I needed a shot for the edit, so I decided to use that one. So this right here, my girlfriend shot me just kind of walking through the forest here. And that's her, and like an awesome lens flare right there. I just happened to get right in frame. Now this is kind of like this fallen over log, I guess you could call it. And so we just went over that, went over the water, and then just kind of explored, really. The vibe I was going for with this was exploration and, you know, going out somewhere where most people would not go. So that's the idea behind this, you know, crossing rivers or like little streams and stuff like that, just to get to some cool spots. These right here, these were some pretty cool shots. This right here is one of my favorites, but not my most favorites. Same thing for this one. Not really my most favorite, but still a cool shot. Now this one, I wish that I hadn't shot this because it kind of looks like the previous shot a couple of shots ago. This one right here is kind of a cool one. I really do like this one, the way that it shows how far the mountains go in the distance. And then right here, that does end the Cinematic Mount Lemon episode. So my intro, first off, that down there, the hashtag vlog, it was something I decided to do for the whole vlog series. That way, when you guys looked up my vlogs, you could go hashtag vlog, film with Aaron, or hashtag vlog, and then maybe it'll come up. I don't think anyone else really has that kind of hashtag for their videos, but the whole idea was so you guys can find my content very easily. So as you guys can see right here, the way that I used to shoot was a little bit different. I used to put my camera inside of my car to shoot some of these beginning vlogs, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to do that, but looking back at it, it's not really a good situation for lighting and other factors, so I would never do it now, at least not in the back seat, maybe the front seat, there's more lighting there. But as you guys can see, I'm showing off the drone right here. I got those propellers. It's a good thing I had spare propellers because I did hit a tree a couple times with that drone, and so that wasn't good. It like ripped the propellers off and everything. So good thing I had extras.
Some of the park again, as you can probably imagine. I got my drone with me. It's on the ground right now. That's just me getting out in the car and all that.
So as you guys can tell, my hair is definitely a lot longer than it is now. So, I mean, when I had that hairstyle, let's just go ahead and go into that for a little bit. When I had that hairstyle, it didn't feel that long to me. You know, it felt long, but like not like too long, you know? Like I was comfortable with it because I'd had that hairstyle for a little while. You know, I've had it for a few years at this time, at this video. But, you know, once I got a serious job, once I got a government job, I decided to, you know, change up my style a little bit. And I really like it now. It's really good. So if you guys notice the phone that I have right there in my hand, that's not the same phone I have now. The phone I have now is the Galaxy S8. And I really love this phone. The only way I got this phone is because that phone that you guys have seen in the video actually got destroyed by the ocean. And yeah, that's how that went down. So basically they gave me a store credit. I used that towards my new phone, and I'm very happy with it. So if any of you guys have flown the Phantom drones, you will know that, like I'm doing right here in the video, you have to prop the thing up and then put your phone in there and then bring it back down. That was quite annoying, to say the least. That was super annoying. But I mean, it was a cool drone. It was a cool setup for the most part, but the drone was pretty big. As you guys can see, my whole hand's around the drone, so it's a pretty big drone.
It did shoot some great video, but I like the Mavic a lot better for sure. I'm going to go ahead and skip a little bit through this video, kind of point out some things. So let's see. So going through the video here, this next scene right here, this kind of gives you guys an idea as to the risks that I take when I'm filming. Like this as well, there's a pole right there, like a light pole, and you know, I almost hit that in the process, but I do it for cool shots, guys. And to me, I feel confident enough with the drone to be able to fly it through dangerous situations like that. Now, of course, I'm being a little bit cautious. I don't want to just go recklessly through it, but I'm aware of what's around me, and I try to get the best shots possible for you guys. Sorry, my voice is like not into it today. But as you guys can see, I used to have a full-size tripod. Now, I have this thing, Joby GorillaPod, and it's a lot better, for sure. It's very small, it's, you know, easy to use, it wraps around things, you can put it anywhere pretty much, so it's really good. If you guys can't tell, my shoes are pretty dirty at this time in the summer, because I keep shooting at this park during this summer of 2017. I kept shooting there a lot, so that's why my shoes got really dirty. Now I have different shoes, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Alright, so we're going to go to a different vlog here. And let's try to do something that we haven't talked about yet. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the California episodes. These were done in the summer of 2017. And it starts out with us at an airport, my family and I. And I don't really show my family in the video, just because privacy reasons. But as you guys can see, this is a vlog special is what I just called it, because I wanted to keep the vlog series still going, but I didn't want to do a vlog while I was on the trip. I wanted to do something different. So the way that I did it was I kind of combined the two, and that's what this is about. So this is just the local airport where I took the flight. This little scene right here was a little bit awkward to shoot. I don't know why I put that in there. This right here was kind of cool with the windows and everything. Some of these other scenes, I don't know why I shot them like that. I guess I really didn't have a direction, really. I just wanted to show you guys that I was going on a trip. But I kind of didn't show the main purpose very well. So here we've got the takeoff of the plane. The color grading is a little bit odd. I like that scene right there, though, with the window. Alright, then we're landing. This is in Las Vegas, where we went temporarily. I mean, we didn't stay there. It was just the what's it called? The delay or whatever, like the overtime. But yeah, it started raining a little bit, which is weird. It was like a really hot, misty rain. It's weird. Yeah, here we are taking off from Las Vegas on our way. Yeah, those are the mountains, I believe, surrounding California. So now we're landing in California. It was really bright, as you guys can tell. It was super sunny. We arrived there around, I believe, 5 or 6 in the evening. So it was pretty bright. Now this is when, like I said, I didn't really have a direction for my videos. I just wanted to kind of show the gist of what's going on. But I didn't really stylize my shots very well in this, and I kind of regret not doing that. And this right here was in the hotel room. I decided to do something a little bit different. Just kind of get a shot like that. So this was probably not one of my best episodes from the trip. It was probably like one of my worst, honestly, or at least close to it. But if we go to the next one's kind of cool. When I was doing this episode, it was the first time that I've seen a Lamborghini in person. Now, since then, last summer, I believe, actually, I actually saw a fully black Lamborghini. I believe it was the Aventador, and it actually
was being driven by this guy that lives not too far from me. So it's pretty cool. So this is basically the streets of California. I believe we were in a rental car. We were just kind of driving around, checking some things out. These are some of the houses in California. And this is Hollywood here. A Porsche, you know, because why not? This was paying for parking, as you guys can tell from his shirt. Then we took a tour bus, so I decided to show a little bit of the tour bus here. And I got a scene. I believe it's not this one, not that one, not that one. One of these, we got a scene, or I got a scene of a Bugatti on the side of the street. So that's what one of these scenes is in here. There's a BMW i8. Right, this next shot right here, it's out of focus, but I really like it, so I did use it. I couldn't really go back and shoot it because we are on a moving bus. But this is Beverly Hills. Pretty nice place. I mean, super expensive though to live there, for sure. Alright, right here is the Bugatti I was talking about. Really nice car. Another Porsche. There's Lamborghini right there, and some other cars, Porsche, Mercedes. Pretty awesome little lineup right there, guys. If you guys are car enthusiasts, you know that's a pretty cool lineup. I think it was a Ferrari right there, yeah. If you guys seen the distance, it was really smoggy in the distance, so that was not very appealing to view, but then again, I can't really change that, so I did enjoy my time there, you know. It is what it is. That shows the traffic. Traffic was bad, like 24/7 there. And these are the final shots that I got for this episode number 2 here. So it was a pretty nice episode, but as you guys can tell, it's nothing really compared to the previous work that I've done, the recent previous work. With the diary series and stuff like that, with the new vlogs, it's a lot different than that quality. But this right here, once again, starting out with a tree and a lens flare. Now this is going to show a little bit of the stars on the ground there, which are very iconic, and some of the activities that they have right there, little shops on the sides. These guys had no idea I was filming them. I was just pointing my camera out the car window, so. Here's some Mickey Mouse characters, little Hollywood vibe for you. This guy's handing out water. I didn't get one because I thought it was kind of weird, the random guy was handing out water. But this right here was around a Chinese theater that we went to. We saw Spider-Man Homecoming. It's kind of a cool experience to be able to watch a movie in an iconic Chinese theater. So, prices were ridiculous there though. Alright, so this right here, this does show some of the ocean. So we took a trip to the ocean, and that's what this is about. This is where we went in to get parking. This is a bus that was going around the parking lot, and then this is the beach. I haven't been to the beach that often, only a few times in my life, but it's pretty cool being there. If you guys look closely though, you will see, here in a second, alright, so these aren't my hands, these are my brother's hands. So, yeah, but I'm wearing pants right there. As you guys can see, I'm walking towards the ocean, so for most people, they'll probably think, what's that guy doing? You know, why is he going towards the ocean with pants on? But I did have a swimsuit with me, but I wanted to shoot some cool scenes. You know, me like going towards the ocean, and then I didn't care if I got my feet wet or my pants wet. I was trying to get a little bit in the ocean just to get some cool shots before I switched into my other attire, I guess you could say. So this right here is action cam footage. It's like a GoPro, but it's slightly less quality on that. But as you guys can tell, it did the job well. It did show, you know, me getting splashed by the ocean. The ocean was very salty, and I think that's what's contributing to a lot of the bubbles and everything in it. Super salty. And the waves are really strong too, because you guys can see that I was kind of far in there on some scenes, and it almost pulled me in. So it's a little scary, but I was staying on the ground, so I was okay. And I always wear goggles when I go into things like that, because I don't want salt water in my eyes. So we finished that, we came back, and the sand was everywhere. As you guys can see, every time it would come up, every time the waves would come up, it would blow everything inside my swim trunks. So that didn't go too well for me. They have like little showers there on the beach, but it didn't really help. So let's start up episode number 4 here. I believe this is the last episode, or there's one more. So this one right here, we went to an observatory, and that's what this place is right here. So I decided to shoot some scenes here. Tried something new right there, coming, you know, from the front of the fence back. So that was new for me. I was trying out different shooting techniques, as well as trying to get some pretty cool looking shots. Like, some of these are pretty cool, but as you guys can tell, there's something a little bit off about it. I think it was maybe the smog in the atmosphere that was around that made it look that way. Because it looks like really foggy, and I don't think it was really that foggy. At least not to that extent. This right here is kind of a cool scene. Reminds you of the Quick Edit series a little bit in the very beginning. So this right here is a scene that I talked about in a recent vlog when I was out doing the haunted place in the middle of the lake, the frozen lake. So that scene, they also have one of those at that lake, is why I brought that up in that vlog. But as you guys can see, we've got all walks of life coming here. These people were actually, they were yelling and protesting something, or like selling some book or something. It's really weird. So this is just like a view of the city here. Very densely populated for sure. So that concludes episode number 4 of the California series. So let's go ahead and start up number 5. Let me check the comments here. Let me see what you guys are saying. Go to the channel. So this right here was the episode that shows us coming back home. Okay, so we did get some people here. That's cool. How's it going, people? Glad you're tuning in. So this episode, I really wish that I didn't shoot it, just because there's really not a whole lot of good lighting situations, and the color grading is kind of off, and it just doesn't look that good to me. It doesn't look that professional. So I still keep it up because it does show progression from where I used to be to where I am today, but it's still not one of my favorite episodes. This is us leaving in our trip back. Once we got back, it was dark though. And you guys will see that at the very end of this, I believe. So this is us having a stop on the way. Once again, Las Vegas. When I was shooting some of these scenes, there was a guy that he was working in one of the shops, and he came up to me and he asked me when I'm shooting, you know, what I do. And I told him I did YouTube, so I'm sure he probably checked this out at some point. It was kind of interesting because he actually wanted to see the channel immediately, so there's a computer that he had that he uses as a work computer, and he wanted me to tell him the name and pull it up on the computer. So I went ahead and did that, but I think it's kind of strange how he wanted to see it so badly that he pulled it up on his work computer. This right here shows how dark it's getting. I believe we had a very long layover for this. That's why. Right, so basically we are in the plane now. We're taking off at dusk, and we arrive at night. I believe I show it a little bit at the end here. Yeah, we're getting off, and it's pretty dark. So that was concluding episode number 5 there. Let's go ahead and check out some of the vlogs that I have not talked about yet. So this episode is called It's Almost Here, and it's vlog number 18, so if you guys want to go check it out, you're definitely welcome to. It came out in August of 2017, August 11th. So this episode is about my boosted board. This is when I ordered the boosted board, and then I was waiting for it to ship to me. That's what this is about here. I shot this at a park that's not too far from my college. I believe it's just down the street. So that's what this video is about. This is me. Actually, I believe this is the one where I went in and I got my books for college. So I believe this was right before I actually started taking classes, at least for my second half of college. So I already knew where to go for my books. I already knew all that. As you guys can see, my hair is a little bit shorter than what it was in some of the other episodes because I was trying to go for a shorter hairstyle, but I wanted to keep the same kind of hairstyle. So I decided just to get kind of like a trim, some thinning out, and stuff like that. But this scene right here is a scene where I'm grabbing my camera, and then I'm going, like I said, at this park that's not too far from my college. And then I find this baseball field, so I decided it's a good place to shoot here. And I kind of go into detail about where I'm shooting, what's coming in the mail, details like that. Let's see, I've got a lot of comments here, but let me go ahead and pull up my chat on my computer here. It's easier for me to do everything on the computer here. It may lag the live stream a little bit when I'm doing this, but it'll come back here in a second. So as you guys can see, the whole video pretty much is one angle of the camera because I didn't want to switch angles because I wasn't really moving. I was going over one topic and I wanted to kind of keep it very simple and everything. Let me start this. Let me do this here. I've got some comments that are coming in a different language, so I want to make sure that I answer those questions as good as I can. Let's see here. Oh, where am I from? I'm from the U.S. I can definitely tell you're not from the U.S., but I'm from the U.S. More specifically, I would say Kansas because I'm moving back now. I currently live in Colorado, but that's going to change here in a little bit. But yeah, guys, as you guys can see, the color grading that I use for these videos is not really like a terrible color grade, but I did get better over time for sure. Let me go ahead and switch this up because this pretty much is like the same thing. I'm just sitting there talking to you guys. Let me change it to something else. I'm going to bring up a video here that a lot of people, they got confused on about, what was the purpose, what did I sell, what was the video about. So this is called I Sold It, vlog number 20. And this is not actually a video about selling my car, as the thumbnail suggests. Getting like a little bit of a slur, as it happens when you get up and do a live stream early morning. But guys, this is an example of using different angles for your vlogs. So if you're watching and you want ideas for different kinds of shots, definitely go ahead and take something away from this video here. Also, one thing to note about this video is the upper left and the lower right corners of the video. This is when I was still experimenting with the ND filter. So that's why it looks that way. It looks a little bit off. So this is basically a spot that I found in the park. And sorry, the light switched back on me. But it's a spot that I found in the park that I used to shoot at. And there's this platform that I was sitting on right here. Like a platform, I think it's maybe for golf or something. I'm not really sure what that's for. But I went there and I thought it was a good place to sit down, talk to you guys, so that's what I did. Now this video goes in depth about selling my stabilizer, my Ronin M, I believe it was. It's a really big rig. It's used for stabilizing cameras. So basically that's what I did there. I did not sell my car. So I want to make that very clear. So let's see here. So I go into depth about it in the video. I keep one angle throughout the conversation. As you guys can see, the previous vlogs, they really didn't show much movement. It was basically me sitting and talking with you guys. But this right here is where I get up and I head back to my car. So I do a couple different angles on the way back. Just put my stuff back in my car. So yeah, this is kind of like me leaving the park there. What I had to do was set the camera down, drive down the street, and then turn around and come back. That's usually how I shoot my scenes because, as you guys know, I shoot alone by myself. I don't have anyone to really help me with scenes, at least for now. I would like to have someone help me at some point, but in the meantime, it's just all my own shots. I know it's risky doing that. You know, you could get your camera stolen, but benefit of the doubt, I just kind of keep it there and I hurry back for it, basically. So let's talk about this episode. One More Day. This is called One More Day. It's vlog number 27, and this has to do with the boosted board being delivered. This is one more day until it gets to me, basically, until it gets delivered. So this episode, the reason I wanted to bring this up is, if you guys watch, I shoot at a place that I normally don't shoot at, and you guys will see what I mean here. So I grab my bag, I walk over. So I found this spot here. I decided to put my camera actually wrapped around with the GorillaPod around this object here. I believe it's a soccer goal that's been turned upside down. And so I thought it was a cool place to put the camera there and talk to you guys. And it turns out that it actually was a really good place to put my camera. The autofocus is kind of going a little bit back and forth in this video because I'm using the GH4 at this time. But I mean, it's a good camera for the most part. Good colors on this video right now. I believe I could have brought out a little bit more color, a little bit more saturation, but not by much. I did pretty good in this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of what I'm saying about my videos. If you think that I'm wrong, if you disagree, or if you agree with me, let me know down below because it really helps out a lot, guys. Now, let's see, let's skip forward a bit. So I believe I just sat there and talked. Yeah. Let's pull up something else.
So in the beginning of this channel, I had an idea to do like tutorials and stuff like that. I'll probably.
This next video is not really, it's kind of clickbaity, let's just say that. It's called 50,000 subscribers in 24 hours. And then in parentheses it says The Secrets, vlog number 31. Now this episode is not really an episode about 24 hours and secrets and stuff like that. It is basically about telling you guys thank you for 50,000 subscribers. I got there pretty quick, which I'm very happy about. But my audience has kind of died down a bit since then. I believe it was because I wasn't posting as many vlogs every single week, or I wasn't switching things up enough. But I'm working with that right now, trying to get some really cool ideas going so you guys can have some entertaining content. But this is me, long hair, as you guys can tell. Around my ears, it's like really difficult for me to style that when I had it at this length. Nowadays, it's super short, so I don't really have to do anything for that. I can kind of get up, style the top, and then go. That's pretty nice. But this is me riding on my boosted board. This is summertime, I believe. Yeah, ish. I mean, September 11th, 2017. But still, I mean, this shows that, yes, I did rev my boosted board like everywhere. I used it to go to stores because I live next to a Walmart back in Kansas. So, I used it to go there. I used it to go pretty much anywhere that the board would allow me to go. So it was my form of transportation. But as you guys can see, I do not have a helmet on this video. And so it was kind of dangerous because if anything goes wrong, because I'm on a sidewalk, so if I have to dodge anything that comes up, maybe like a cat or something that comes up in front of me, I'm kind of screwed. So yeah. And I have hit my head once when I was riding the board. And after, that happened, I got a helmet pretty much immediately. So guys, the summers do get pretty hot back where I'm from, and as you guys can tell, I do look a little bit sweaty because I've been riding on the board a while, and although it does cool you off a little bit, it's really not that helpful. Like, it only cools you off a little bit. So I was still pretty hot, pretty sweaty. That's just the way of life in Kansas. See the comments here. Right. So hopefully you guys are liking the stream so far. Hopefully it's something that you are finding interesting and helpful in some ways. I know that, the past couple live streams I've done, we've gone into depth a little bit on everything on my channel. But I want you guys to be able to be exposed to my old videos, to be able to be possibly inspired by them or interested in them and want to watch them yourself. Because as you guys are watching this video right now, the video is a little bit laggy, and the reason for that is because I'm screen capturing my screen. Basically, I'm screen capturing a YouTube video, and because of that, it's going to look really glitchy and laggy. So if you guys want to see the video in smooth motion, that's not all laggy and glitchy, definitely go ahead and check these videos out. I think it's a very good thing for me to show you guys some of the older content, because a lot of you guys, you've seen the new content, but you have not seen the older content. You haven't gone back in my channel to see the previous work. So I want you guys to go ahead and do that. Just take some time out of your day, check those videos out. They're pretty cool videos, so I think you guys will like them. Let's go ahead and check out a different video here. Let's see. I think I'll change the video on that. So this video, this next one is called Since I Was 12. It's vlog number 43, and this video has to do with filmmaking in general. How long I've done filmmaking in my life, when I started, just a little bit of a background on me. And a lot of you guys did like this video. It did get quite a number of views, but it also didn't go very viral, which is okay, but it is a very important video that I feel you guys should watch. So we're going to watch a little bit of it here, and then I'll switch over to a different video. So I kind of like the intro in the past that I used here, but it's also not as creative as my intros nowadays. So this right here shows my boosted board. This is a parking lot in a small town not too far from where I live. So I have some good spots to shoot videos, guys. So once I do go back to Kansas here, I will definitely go ahead and start shooting at these places again. I won't have the boosted board though, but I'll be able to walk over there. So this right here was kind of a cool spot. It's this bridge that I don't believe there's any water under it actually. It's just like a bridge just in the middle of a park. So I decided to go there, shoot this video. It's a pretty cool spot.
So I go into detail in this video, like I said, about my filmmaking and how long I've done it. It's a very big deal for me to be able to explain things to you guys about filmmaking because I've done it for a while and I'm always trying to find better ways, I guess, to explain it to make sure that my information does get across to all of you guys. So let's see here. Let's talk about something that this video right here is an important video for any vlogger out there. This is called The Perfect Location. This is vlog number 47. Now, this video is a little bit different. It's not really like the other videos. It does have some of the similar aspects in it, like me running the board and stuff like that, but it's not shot in the best conditions. You guys will see what I mean by this. The mouth is getting like really dry. Haven't eaten anything yet, but I will soon, guys. Don't worry. So let's see here. Intro. Alright, so this is me riding the board. As you guys can tell, I'm in a brand new location. This is actually a park that's more well known, and it's kind of like in the center of town. But this right here is a lake that I found. That would be kind of cool to shoot at a beach-like place. But I don't have any beaches in Kansas, so the best thing I had was a lake right here. Now when I started this video, everything looks okay for the most part. The lighting's not too bad. But also shooting this video, it did take some time to shoot it. So as you guys will see in the video, it does progressively get darker and darker throughout the entire video. So if I skip a little bit in the video, you guys can see the lighting is not getting too good, and it does get worse. Now this lighting right here is me with color correction, bringing the levels up as far as I can without making it look all weird. So that goes to show how dark it actually was. It's pretty dark, so this episode ends with me just kind of walking towards the camera, and then that ends that video. But the whole idea behind that for vloggers is that if you find a place to shoot, it may not be the best time of day to shoot, but just go ahead and shoot something because you're not going to regret doing that. You know, it's something that you're going to be proud that you did. To have content available for your subscribers regardless of the conditions that are there. So let's see here. This next episode is called the 60K Surprise. So once I hit 60,000 subscribers, I did release a video. This is vlog number 62, and it was a surprise to you guys. Those of you guys who have seen the video, you already know what's in this video. But I'm pretty sure most of you guys have not seen this video because most of my audience has not seen it. For some reason, I'm drinking this Gatorade, and it's just not helping me at all. But I'm done with it anyway. But this shows right here is a really cool spot that I found. It's in the park that's right next to my college that I used to go to. So there was a tons of places around here to shoot at. Where I have the camera on this place is actually on the bridge that overlooks like a little body of water. So it's a really cool spot to have it. Now my color grading is way off. As you guys can tell, I'm experimenting with some vintage style, and the colors do look off. I understand that the shadows are a little bit weird, but yeah, this is the surprise right here. Basically, I got a new drone. It's the same drone I had previously to this, because the first drone I got actually flew away from me. So this drone is the replacement to that. So I've had 3 drones in my lifetime so far. So it was the Phantom 3, I believe it was called the Phantom 3 Pro or something, or Phantom 3 4K. But then when I got this drone, it was called the Phantom 3 SE. So it's the same drone, just a different name on it.
Awesome new features. And the controller right here does look a lot different.
The controller is a little bit different on this drone.
So that's what I was kind of showing off right here. I think the controls were a little bit easier to handle, but this basically shows me setting it up and going for my first flight with it. I'm sure people at my college in the parking lot, they were a little bit weirded out, I guess. I had like a drone strapped to my backpack that was my camera backpack, the one that I'm wearing right there in the video. It was strapped to the back of it, and it wasn't very secure, so I'm lucky that those straps did not break, because otherwise I would break a new drone. But this right here was a test to see if I could film myself while riding a boosted board, similar to Casey Neistat in the way that he does his videos. But as you guys can see, it's pretty hard to do that, to keep on track the entire time.
It's really hard, so I'm going to have to work on that. Casey Neistat, if you're watching this right now, I give you a lot of credit.
Yeah, basically that's what I did in this video right here. I had to wear that heavier jacket because it was pretty cold that day. Most of these videos that I shot, they were in conditions where most people would probably not go outside. They're pretty cold conditions.
Especially as a filmmaker, whenever I can get my hands on one, I use it. Now previously, before I got this drone, I had the Phantom 3 4K drone.
Let's see.
Which basically, this Phantom 3 SE is like the same thing. Hopefully you guys did like the surprise, and hopefully you guys are excited for future content on this channel.
Let's
It
see
has been
here.
a very long time since I've actually had a drone in my possession, so I'm trying to get used to the controls again and all that. Anyways, guys, so thank you.
Let's talk about the cold temperatures of Kansas for a second. So this next video is called A Fresh Start. This is vlog number 77. And it did get a little bit of traction. A lot of people really liked it. But it was a pretty short vlog. It wasn't really the same length as the other ones. It was only like 2 minutes and 40 something seconds. I can't pause the video right now. There we go. Okay, 47 seconds. So much shorter than the previous vlogs, but you guys will see why that is. So immediately, first off the bat, you can see that I'm in a jacket. I've got a helmet on. So I've got safety, the boosted board, all that kind of stuff. But that's where I parked my car, right over there. As you can see, I'm pretty dressed up for the winter here because it was super cold. Around this time of year, it was so cold that even when I was wearing those gloves, it was not enough. Even though I was wearing that jacket, it was not enough. The vlog that I had, a couple vlogs after this, vlog number 79, I believe, when I started 2018, the first vlog that I had, it was frostbite warnings. Like, it was super cold. So basically, this video goes about some ideas for the channel, some things I'm going to do differently. And so let's go to the video that I was talking about the 2018. So this video is called Welcome to 2018. I'm going to skip my intro a little bit, as you guys have seen it quite a few times now. So, as you guys can tell, the color grading is a little bit different. Not by much though, but you guys can tell the lake is quite frozen, even in that footage, even in those colors. This is going to show how cold it really was. So I was on my boosted board, I had a beanie on, I had a heavy coat on, I had gloves on. I had everything that I could have on, and it was super cold. You guys can tell my breath is just smoking. I think it was probably like 5 degrees with like a -10 wind chill. Like, it was crazy. Super cold. My boosted board actually had some issues running, but once I got it going and it warmed up, it started moving a lot faster. But when I got my drone up in the air, as you guys will see in this episode, it was really hard to get that in the air. I actually had to warm up my batteries in my car. I turned the heat on, just blasted it, and had my batteries just kind of stuck up in front of it, and that's how I did that. So the winters are pretty brutal there, for sure. So this right here is a little montage with my drone. This right here shows the lake completely frozen over, guys. There's not any water moving in that. It doesn't look like it's that cold because there's not really any snow, but yeah, guys, it's that cold. Water is just frozen over completely. But I ended with that montage there, and then that ends that episode. Alright, let's see. So this next video I'm going to pull up here is testing my Moza air stabilizer. This is a stabilizer I use for my camera, and it was one of my favorite stabilizers. Now, I needed money, so I had to sell it, but it still was one of my favorites for sure. Basically, you put your camera on there, it does a lot of the work for you, but you also want to pre-balance the camera before you actually turn the device on. So I did what I had to be able to use this product, and I was very happy with it. It's pretty cool. Now, this video does go over testing it, using it in some applications. I had it upside down at times, and sometimes it was holding it all the way out, and sometimes right next to me. You know, different location or different styles of holding it, and different locations I was shooting at. So we go into the video. Starts out with me having a briefcase. Now you guys are probably wondering, what is that briefcase? Why are you holding that? So this will show exactly what that is.
Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to another vlog. We are back once again, but today's video is going to be a little bit different. So as you guys can see right here, I do have a case with me. It is the Moza Air. Really awesome product here. So most of you guys are probably wondering what is inside. So let me go ahead and pull some of the things out.
So this spot that I shot at, there was actually, at the time of shooting this, there was a car that was opposite of where I'm sitting. And they were basically sitting in their car and like staring at me the whole time I was shooting this video. So it's a little bit strange, but you know, I still got through it. Still worked out. So there's the Moza stabilizer, all separated into pieces because you have to assemble it every time. What I normally did was I had it assembled, and then I would just kind of grab it and go if I was trying to go somewhere, because I don't like sitting there and assembling everything right before a shoot.
So with this particular stabilizer, when you have the handlebars attached, it's really hard to move the thumbstick that's actually on the device itself. So having this little guy right here.
So this kind of goes over some details about it, and I talk a little bit more about it, and then I get it put together. So this is what it looks like right here. It has a big handle on it, has the buttons on it for manually moving the camera around, and it has a stand. Now the stand can also be used for two functions. You can extend the entire stabilizer to make it longer if you have it like holding out like this, or you can just set it down on the ground.
Just go ahead and screw the thing in, and the legs come out like this. Set it right here, and now it's time to balance your camera.
It's tired today, guys.
You know, I put the camera on,
for sure.
screw it in, start balancing it, and all that.
But yeah, so basically I'm shooting on this camera right now. I'm not able to show you guys what it looks like on the actual stabilizer because I am shooting with it at the same time. So basically I go into more detail, get it set up, and I go into a montage. So this right here is a montage showing the stabilizer. It does stay pretty stable. Now, don't pay attention too much to what's directly in front of the camera. I am walking pretty fast while doing this, so pay attention to the middle of the screen. It's pretty stable. I mean, that's me walking with it, just upside down, right next to my feet. So it was a very good stabilizer for sure. This episode that I'm pulling up right now is called The Terrifying Test. Now this video was something that was totally different that I have not done before at this time. I decided, since it was dark at night and I was testing out a bright light that I recently had bought, I wanted to show you guys a little bit of an example as applications what it could be used for. So I kind of made this a little bit terrifying. It has some terrifying music in it. And I have some messages that come up here. So some of you guys may find that comical, some of you guys may find that a little bit scary or terrifying. But the whole idea behind this was to show off a new bright light that I had at the time. It does light me up pretty good, you know, for being 100% black at night. You know, it definitely lights me up pretty good. So that's what I did here. I went around, walked around in the baseball field a little bit, talked to you guys a little bit, and let's see. Okay, so this is vlog number 100. This is not really a vlog, it's more of like a compilation montage of all my previous work. This took 4 hours to make, guys. So I took scenes of every episode of every shot, and I put them together in a montage. So that's what this is right here. A lot of people have asked me what music I used for this video. I have no idea. Like, it's been a very long time. But this counts up to 100, which basically shows all the work I've done up until this point. You know, I look back on my work and I see that that I've done a lot. You know, within the amount of time that I've had this channel, I've done quite a few videos, and it's pretty cool to look back at them. You know, to see where I've come from, to see the content that I used to create. And also, it's kind of cool because I do get new subscribers every once in a while that are watching old videos, and they come to my channel and they say, or they see that I have a content video that they like. So they subscribe because of that. So it's kind of cool to have that. Let's see here. So this video I'm going to bring up right here is a very important video, something that at the time I was talking about because it was sort of in a trend state, but at the time I wasn't really feeling burnt out on YouTube. This is called Burnout on YouTube, by the way. It's vlog number 106. It is a very important video to watch for those of you guys who feel that you are burnt out on YouTube. Now, for me personally, I've gone through that stage of being burnt out very recently, past few months actually, and I'm kind of pushing through it because I'm at this point now where I feel that my channel is not really going anywhere. But recently, I've had some new subscribers, some new comments, so I think it's still there, my audience. So I'm going to try to do more content that is really cool, really different, you know, stuff like that. But this video goes into depth about my thoughts of being burnt out on YouTube in general. And if you guys don't know what being burnt out is, basically it's when you get tired of doing YouTube, you really don't feel like pushing forward any longer because you're not really seeing the results you want to see, or you're not getting the engagement you want to see. So that's what this is about right here. Now, when I was shooting this, it was very, very windy, so I'm glad I have my new microphone now because it does regulate the wind a lot better. And I really do like my new camera, guys. Like, it has some good colors on it. Everything sounds good with the audio. The way that it perceives everything is just perfect.
So within basically a year, I was able to achieve 60,000 YouTube.
This next episode is a competition between the Phantom 3 SE and the Mavic Pro. This is around the time that I bought the Mavic Pro, but I still had the Phantom 3 SE in my possession. So I decided to do this test where I was doing a video test with the same color grading technique and a stability and sound test, I believe. Now, if you guys have a boosted board, please don't copy me on riding it on a baseball field. That is not good for your wheels or your belts. But I did it because I use that thing for off-road, for like everything. Like, I ride that board on grass, you know, just everything, guys. But yeah, this is kind of showing off the drones, talking about what I'm about to do. And at the time when I was shooting this video, there was actually some people in the park. There was about 4 or 5 people, I believe, in the park. And so they got to see me kind of flying drones and everything like that. It's kind of cool.
Alright guys, so I've never hovered a drone next to another drone, so it's going to be a little bit risky.
This is me launching the Mavic, or the Phantom 3 SE drone. Then I launched the Mavic right next to it. So that's what this is right here. I would not recommend doing what I'm doing right here because it is pretty dangerous to have drones that next to each other. They can smash into each other and get severely damaged. But I did that for you guys so you could see collide, you know, next to each other basically. You know, the differences between the drones. So the Mavic It did shake a little bit, but I think that was because of the stability control that wasn't calculated exactly correctly. So this is me kind of showing off the sound of the drone, and then some video content showing off the way the colors look on the drone. So pretty cool video there. That was nearing the end of my vlog series, and then I transitioned over to, believe, the diary series after that. So that's what I did after that, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this stream so far. I know it's like super early in the morning, and a lot of you guys probably aren't up or watching, but hopefully you guys are watching after the fact. I'm going to leave this live stream going for a while, so stay tuned. There's more content coming. All my previous live streams are combined with this one, so it'll be cool for you guys. You guys will like it. So stay tuned. I will